call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. This is Diamond Dave Damone. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight we thought we'd have a little treat for you. We're going to be taking a look at some of the biggest scenes from The Last of Us, the video game version, so Oak and I can finally see what all the hype was about.
Yeah, I obviously knew that the series was based off a game, and, Diamond Dave kind of led us through some of the bigger parts and talked to us a little bit about how things played out, but...
Spoilers, of course.
I haven't, so I've stayed away from... Well, no, just so if this is your first time catching this, so as we were watching this series, Diamond Dave would kind of fill us in from the end of that episode backwards, so there was never any sort of spoilers for what was coming in the gameplay moving forward. It was always, here's where we're at, okay, this is how the gameplay compared to this episode in the same time frame, if that makes sense. I have stayed away from every single piece of Last of Us spoilers or gameplay or anything that I could once I found out we were going to be, before I even knew this, because I didn't know it was a thing, but so this is all fresh for me.
Yeah, folks, we thought it'd be kind of cool to now that they've seen the TV show, to actually come back and see the gameplay of it, to see if they notice, any kind of little differences or whatever it may be. We thought it'd be a fun piece of content for everyone to view with us. So with that being said, let's go! Basically kind of break it down episode by episode for the most part, to kind of keep it in sequence that way. Video credit to Source Spy 91, where they just went full on 10 hours, 4 minutes straight, or at least that's the way the edit makes it look like. So it was really done really well. So looking forward to it here.
Shout out
to them. Naughty Dog King.
Oh, there she is.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job. I understand. Let's talk about this in the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning. All right, good night.
Hey.
Scoot.
Monday at work, huh?
Joel looks a lot like Pedro. They did a good
doing
job.
right,
Yeah. I mean, obviously she's different, but
it's way past your bedtime.
It's still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
Here.
What's this?
Your birthday? You kept complaining about your broken watch. So I figured, You like it?
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. I started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
Oh, Gustavo.
yeah. The music.
I'm really happy that they kept the music in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so iconic. I
score.
think you'd have to.
Mm-hmm.
I got the old cordless phone. This is 2003. Oh, yeah. Baby girl. Called her baby girl.
Good catch. Dawn of the Wolf.
Was that another one of their games, or?
I don't know. Let us know, folks.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy?
Oh, she's
Hello?
got that bat right by her nightstand. I think I'd be grabbing that.
What was that all about?
Oh, this feels like gameplay the way the screen just shifted.
Dang it.
Oh, yeah.
That triangle.
Did you see
Let's
the
give this to
button?
him.
Yeah.
Little dinosaur.
Congratulations.
Doodad, let's see you never on. Hate the music I'm into. Practically despise things I like. Okay, so typical teenage. Okay, yeah. All right, so button to open the door.
Dad?
Still pretty good graphics for the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Mitten spikes, 300% increase. FDA lists contaminated crops. Is that what that said?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy?
Getting all the little drops of information here and clues.
Yeah, radio versus newspapers. Pretty cool.
You in here?
Seem to be somehow connected to the
Where
nationwide
the heck
pandemic.
are you?
We've received reports that
So,
victims
big
afflicted
master
with the
bedroom.
infection show signs of increased aggression, and there seems to be some commotion coming from the...
Oh,
Oh, I forgot all about that.
That.
gas leak. It's always a gas leak.
Jesus.
He's got the Stairmaster being used as a clothes hanger, as they usually are.
Dad?
Hey, sometimes you just need to dry some stuff out.
What is
We'll
going
see
on?
those pictures like on the wall in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, the guitar. I remember in the finale talking about
Good
trying to
catch.
teach her to play the guitar.
There's
Good
his
catch,
phone.
Oak.
8 missed calls. Where the hell are
Where the
you?
hell are you? Call me. So it's
Call
2:15,
me on my way.
2:08, 2:11.
Yeah. So he's,
Oh, if he said call me at 2:08 and 2:11, he said I'm on my way.
he ain't wasting no time.
No. Going home late tonight. Go ahead and order food. See you in the
Where
morning,
is
Dad.
he?
Like in Metal Gear, I always used to get so excited. Like, oh, what's this flashy thing over here?
Yeah.
Very spacious kitchen as well. It's a large home. A lot of square footage.
Oh. There he is.
There you are.
Whoa.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Did anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
It sounds like
Dad, you're
loading up
kinda
a
freaking me
revolver.
out.
Yeah.
That
What's
sounds
going
like
on?
putting the rounds into the cylinder.
Something right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Jimmy,
That looks
Dad?
pretty sick.
come here. Come here.
Oh, he's got blood on him already.
Jimmy, I'm warning you.
Oh, jeez. Somebody that you knew,
Yeah.
too. Imagine your neighbor coming at you like that.
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
there is something bad going on. And we have got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on.
Just now noticed that the lights.
Yeah.
You been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit.
Okay, in this they have
blood all
looks
over
like
you.
this is a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, they had a pickup
in the video game they had a pickup truck, didn't they?
Please go.
Oh, a parasite or something.
Oh, there's a pickup truck with a ladder and stuff.
Tell me what happened.
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
Well,
fine.
Daddy just blew away the neighbor.
Is on the radio?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
He said, where to go?
He said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway. No getting into Travis County.
We need to get the hell out. Take the 71.
That's right.
They say
God,
how
I've
many did?
seen enough of these
I'll
to
be alive.
like you know that the
There's one
highway.
family on
Take the
Mass
highway.
I'll be
Eh,
logged.
It's not going to be good.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue. But we ain't the only town. First things first, just West Coast.
Okay.
Oh, the fire.
There's the fire, yeah.
That's Lewis's farm. Some bitch made it out.
God, you know, it's
Sure
almost the
did.
same. Well, it's off to the left in the
Really
TV show, but
Oh,
the way they
of course
shot
not.
that was almost
Yeah.
identical.
You know.
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
That's right, he did. We're fine. Trust me.
All right.
See what they need.
You think you're doing? Keep driving.
They got a kid, Joel.
So do we.
We have room.
Oh, it's like word for
Keep
word
driving,
from
Tom.
the.
Yeah. You
It
know,
makes a little bit more sense in the gameplay though, because they would have had to get
Let's come on.
in the cab with them. At least in the TV show, they could have hopped in the back of the truck.
Yeah. It's kind of our first kind of shot of Joel as to he's very much protecting number one and,
Right, right.
and those in his immediate family.
The first, what did I say? Moral dilemma, moral,
Yeah.
or did I say
Mother had the same
conundrum?
damn
Did I say
idea.
conundrum?
Something
Maybe.
like that. It was our first moral whatever.
Good. Just backtracking.
Well, now in the show they went through the corner.
Oh,
Ooh, I forgot all about that.
this looks like they're in hospital robes. They must have gotten out of a hospital.
Holy shit.
I mean, look how backed up the traffic is up there through the window. They ain't going nowhere.
God, that would have been intense to have in the show.
Oh,
Still happy with what
Turn
they
here,
did.
turn here.
It's kind of cool now going back and seeing all this.
move.
What are they running from?
Well, and the thing
Right.
too with the TV show, they could show Joel's face and Tommy's
We
face.
can't stop here,
Here we're
Tommy.
just seeing it from her perspective.
There. Hold on. Go.
Put the hammer down. What are you waiting for?
Come on, Tommy!
Oh, okay. So not an airplane.
Not an airplane.
I think the airplane crashing in the TV show, like you're having a serious like global issue.
I agree. Yeah.
When airplanes are coming down, and I think that's what they.
Yeah, we've seen car crashes out of
The
nowhere.
gravity
before.
of an airplane crash.
Yeah.
Forgive my pun, but the gravity of an airplane crash is significantly more impactful than I think a car wreck.
Well, just the way they did that too with the sound, like
Yeah,
we were
it's coming in.
at least in our headsets.
Yeah, because we were wearing headphones, you know.
And just the, you're putting yourself in that position of like, holy shit, look at these planes coming
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Oh, the old brick.
Come here, baby.
Just in shock.
Come here.
I think that's the one thing the TV show did is it really puts you in the situation.
Really?
I mean, anybody who watched
Okay.
our reaction saw the comments we were making about water and footwear and clothing, you know.
Keep us safe.
Crazy.
Pull me. Hold on tight.
Okay, so we're back to gameplay.
Some
You can tell
gameplay
by
here.
the where their characters are shifting.
Oh, you just hear everybody around you.
I know, it's just,
Oh, do you have to take them out?
Hold them back, yeah. Yeah, because Tommy's way up there. I do like how they gave him a red shirt so he stands out a little bit.
well, sorry, Tommy, I'm trying to fend off some shit.
Don't look, Sarah.
Oh, you hear all that screaming.
Look at me, baby.
Jeez.
We're gonna get out of this. I promise.
I mean, this brings like it. We know what's happening, but at least
Right.
it brings like it. Still, that intensity there.
Get back! There's too many of them. This way, through the alley.
Nice catch, Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go!
close the gate. Close
Yeah.
the gate.
Ah, trying to be sneaky. Playing possum.
He's dead. God damn it. We're almost there. We're almost there, baby. Keep going. Find a way out of here. Come on. Go. Move it.
Oh shit, Tommy.
Get to the highway. Go. You got Sarah. I cannot run him. I can meet you there. Hurry.
So the difference from Tommy
He's gonna be
and
fine.
TV versus there.
We're almost there.
Man, that helicopter was just like circling around.
Feels like you can hear them chasing you.
Yeah,
I know, it's
right on us. Even though there are glimpses of shadows there. Ooh.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe. Hey, we need help.
Stop!
Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
Okay. We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians on the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need...
Gosh.
Oh, Jesus.
Tommy.
Oh, no. Move your hands, big. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me, I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me.
The scene won't ever.
Oh, gosh, every time she whimpers like that, it's just like,
Come on, baby,
even
please.
watching this on video
I know,
games
baby.
is
I
really
know.
difficult. You know, and of course, there's no
Sarah.
hospitals, right? Like you can't go to a hospital.
Baby.
And even if you could with that kind of injury, you never make it.
yeah, no, you could have a doctor right there and it wouldn't matter.
No. No. No, no, no. Please. Please. Please.
Now, was the watch broken there? I couldn't really tell. Oh, what a start.
Gosh, and that's what an awesome
The number
video
of
game to.
confirmed
pretty
deaths has
close
passed
to the-
200. The governor has called a state of
Okay, so is this where they're gonna give us like the intro, whereas in the TV show we got the
Slight, yeah, it's. I personally, it's real different if you ask me.
yeah, on the TV show they gave us like the doctor and
Lot of
where was
info.
it, India or Indonesia?
Los Angeles is now the latest city to be placed under martial law. All residents are required to report to their
Because, like,
designated
even at
ward.
this
Riots
point,
have continued
unless
for a
you
third
knew
consecutive
some kind of
day,
background
and
of the
winter
game,
rations are
I
at
don't
an
think you would know
all-time
it was a
low.
fungus necessarily.
A group calling themselves the Fireflies have claimed responsibility for both attacks.
Their public charter calls for the return of all branches of government.
Demonstrations broke out following the execution of 6 more alleged Fireflies.
You can still rise with us. Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Believe in the Fireflies.
I like how it shows like the spores like blowing off
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, you know, Mason Quinn brings up a good point. They didn't really explain that it was a fungus or how this happened in the video game, where the TV show
They definitely went
like
into it.
people want answers, like how everything started, or at least some sort of insight. Okay, so here's your time jump.
I'm coming.
Grumpy Joel.
Ah, there's Tess,
I
right?
was gonna say this must be Tess.
That's
No.
not how I'd advise starting your morning, but
Well, I have some interesting news for you.
Where were you, Tess?
West End District. Hey, we had a drop to make.
We had a drop to make.
Well, you wanted to be left alone, remember?
So I'll take one guess. The whole deal went south and the client made off with our pills. Is that about right?
Deal went off without a hitch. Ration cards last us a couple of months, easy.
You want to explain this?
I was on my way back here, and I got jumped by these 2 assholes, all right? And yeah, they got a few good hits in, but... Look, I managed.
Give me that. Are these assholes still with us?
It's funny.
Let's find out who they were.
Yeah, look, they were a couple of nobodies. They don't matter. What matters is that Robert fucking sent them.
Our Robert.
He knows that we're after him. He figures he's gonna get us first.
Son of a bitch, he's smart.
No. He's not smart enough. I know where he's hiding.
Like hell you do.
Old warehouse in Area 5. Can't say for how long, though.
Well, I'm ready now. Yeah?
Oh, I can do now.
Man, the voice
Lively
acting
bunch.
is so good in this.
Motion capture, Quinn. Some people want the motion capture.
Well, I mean, that's good too, but like, you know, the fact that they're using legitimate actors, whereas before some of the voicing you'd have in video games was like comically bad.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Robert.
Tess. Joel. No hard feelings, right?
So this is
None
the
at
gentleman
all.
that was all about that car battery.
Yeah, the car battery guy. Yeah.
Almost missed
We
it.
missed you.
Look, whatever it is you heard, it ain't true, okay? I just want to
The
say...
guns. You want to tell us where the guns are?
Yeah, sure, but it's complicated. All right? Look, all right, just hear me
the
out on
answer I
this.
want.
I got
Oh, boot to the nose.
Stop!
Oh, is he gonna break his arm?
Quit your squirming. You were saying?
I sold him.
Double dipping.
Excuse me.
I didn't have much of a choice. I owed someone.
You owed us. I'd say you bet on the wrong horse.
I just need more time. Just, give me a week.
You know, I might have done that if you hadn't tried to fucking kill me.
Come on, it won't
Who
like
has
that.
our guns?
I can't. Just give me a couple...
Oh, look at his arm. You
Our
see
guns.
It's the Fireflies. I owed the Fireflies.
What?
They're basically all dead. We could just go in there, finish them off. We get the guns. What do you say?
it? You
Come
and your
on.
broken arm?
Yeah, fuck those Fireflies. Let's go get them.
That is a stupid idea.
Oh,
Not taking any shit.
no.
Well, now what?
We go get our merchandise back.
How?
I don't know. We explain it to them.
Explain it.
Look, let's go find a firefly.
We won't have to look very far.
Ah,
Oh.
who showed up?
Queen Firefly.
Why are you here?
Business. You aren't looking so hot.
Where's Robert?
Like how she holds her arm
Present
out.
something.
Yeah.
I needed him alive.
The guns he gave you, they weren't his to sell. I want them back.
Doesn't work like that, Tess.
The hell it doesn't.
I paid for those guns. You want them back? You're gonna have to earn them.
How many cards are we talking about?
I don't give a damn about ration cards. I need something smuggled out of the city. You do that, I'll give you your guns back. Then some.
How do we know you got them? Well, I hear the military's been wiping you guys out.
You're right about that. I'll show you the weapons. I gotta move. What's it gonna be?
I want to see those guns.
Follow me. We gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Now.
I like how it goes back from cinema to gameplay. So I've like I said, you know, did a little bit of Call of Duty. So I always liked watching the cinema stuff at least once, and then
You know, yeah, before I move forward here, in here, you know, you guys are always talking about TV shows. Go get the ammo. Go get supplies. Like, that's all you do in this game.
Yeah.
You see tons of
Constantly.
stuff, and you're just constantly picking up gear, supplies.
But the one thing that I liked from the TV show is that it brings the reality of where versus a video game, you can't carry 7 different rifles and 2,000 rounds of ammunition. You know, you got to be selective with what you're bringing. And I like how Joel Pedro did that in the TV show.
Whoa. Come on now. Get on up.
Fuck away from me!
Let her go.
Oh, there's our girl.
Yeah.
With the
Recruiting
switchblade.
cop,
Yep.
Marge.
Looks almost identical
one
to
of
the one
mine.
on the TV show.
Shit. What happened?
Don't worry, this is fixable. I got
Minus
his
the
help,
blue eyes.
Yeah.
The old oblique shot.
The whole oblique.
but I can't come with you.
Well, then I'm staying.
Ellie, we won't get another shot at this.
I think that's word for word from
smuggling
the
her.
show, isn't this? The
There's a crew of Fireflies that'll meet you at the Capitol building.
That's not exactly close.
Oh, the Capitol building.
You're capable.
Oh,
You hand her off, come back, the weapons are yours. Double what Robert sold me.
Speaking of which, where are they?
Back in our camp.
We're not smuggling shit
He just
until I
ain't
see
buying
them.
it.
You'll follow me. You can verify the weapons. I can get patched up. But she's not crossing to that part of town. I want Joel to watch over her.
Whoa, I don't think that's the best
Ellie.
idea.
oh shit.
How do you know them?
I was close with his brother Tommy. Said if I was ever in a jam, I could rely on him.
Was that before or after he left your little militia group?
He left you too. He was a good man.
I could just take her to the North Tunnel and wait for me there.
Jesus Christ.
Just cargo, Joel.
Cargo.
Now
Cargo.
we're talking.
That's how it started, right? Cargo.
You'll be fine. Now go with him.
Don't take long. And you, stay close. Let's go.
See, in this one, Joel is not as like cold
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah. I think we know how this goes here. Maybe.
Don't do anything stupid.
Move.
Oh, there's two of them
Oh,
here.
Turn
two
around,
of
on
them.
your
So
knees.
they only had the one guy.
Just had the one dude in the game, yeah.
You scan him, I'll call it in.
Put your hands on your head.
Boy, that makes it a lot more difficult to get away
This
from.
is Ramirez
from
at Sector
two.
12.
I mean, one
Requesting
guy's
pick up the 3
different
stragglers.
story.
Understood.
Look the other way. We can make this worth your while.
Shut up.
Tess.
Mm-hmm.
What DTA?
Couple minutes.
Oh,
right on the side of the leg.
Tess could have been a little bit quicker there. I'm not going to complain, but I was a little
I thought we were
nervous.
just gonna hold him up or something.
Oh, shit. Look.
Jesus Christ. Marlene set us up? Why the hell are we smuggling an infected girl?
I'm not infected.
No? Just lying?
I can explain.
You better explain fast.
Look at this.
I don't care how you got infected.
It's 3 weeks old.
No, everyone turns within 2 days, so you stop bullshitting.
It's 3 weeks. I swear. Why would she set you up?
I ain't buying it.
I don't have much time to
No.
choose to buy it or not. You gotta go.
Go, move!
You know, in the TV show, he was able to grab a radio, and I don't remember if he grabbed a rifle.
I think he grabbed his guy's stuff in the TV show,
This
yeah.
one he didn't get anything.
I got 2 dead uniforms.
13
Follow
rounds
me.
of ammo.
So was that like 3 knife stabs or?
Well, there we go, boys. That was the.
Okay.
That's basically episode 1.
Okay.
Nice.
Or from the TV show to the game. So
Yeah, no, it's really cool the difference. the difference and the similarities between the two, obviously a very immersive game that sucks you in, especially if you're wearing, headphones or earbuds like we are. I mean, the sound is everywhere. You hear the helicopters circling around you. It sounds like the runners and clickers and bloaters are right next to you or right behind you. So, what a just immersive experience. And I can see how people would just like stay up for hours playing this. And there must have been a lot of people calling in to work the next day because, man, this thing would suck you in. And, the thing I like about it, which is also shown in the TV show, is that you've got Fedra on one side, Fireflies on the other, and our protagonist kind of right in the middle, not really trusting either side. So it's an interesting story. A lot of times in video games, it's always, we're the good guys against the bad guys. And I like how there's shades of gray in this one.
Yeah, this is, I mean, for being a video game, it's pretty intense. When a video game can deliver a certain level of anxiety when you're playing it, that the creators did a good job. It's interesting having seen the show and then going back and watching the game. But I feel like for the people who played the game and went through the gameplay and stuff and then got to watch the show, it must have been such a cool experience to see see the similarities. I mean, but look, because you didn't need to play the game at all to watch the show, and I'm guessing there's so many people who have subscriptions to HBO Max and are like, oh, this is the newest, hottest show. And one of the interesting things that we saw, actually, if I'm correct, I think right up until the last week, like viewership grew week to week to week. Going up, and I'm guessing, maybe what happened for that, look, it popped off huge its first week, but I'm guessing what happened is maybe you had some people like, oh, it's based off a video game. And then, of course,
that movie
on
before,
Facebook the next day, it's like, oh my God, it was so awesome. Okay, maybe we'll check it out. And then it just grew and grew. Mm-hmm. So you didn't have to watch the game to love the show, as of course you saw with myself and Mason Quinn. But I feel like it's just a totally different experience for the people who did go through the gameplay, because you're so interactive with it, right? Like you're interactive, you're part of it. And then when you watch the show, you're kind of just sitting back, almost like a helpless feeling, you're kind of just sitting back.
Can't do anything.
And you have to watch. They did a great job with the sounds. I have a relatively obnoxious home theater setup in my basement at my home, upstairs where, the family and stuff. I have the sound bar with the subwoofer, but my basement, I used to work at Best Buy, and anybody who's ever worked in retail knows that speaker stuff is heavily marked up and you get great deals on it. I've got like tower speakers with a giant clip center channel, like huge floor sub. My rear speakers aren't like your little surround sound speakers. They're floor tower speakers. So when I was playing like Call of Duty, it's like you could hear rounds falling on the floor, the subs shaking the walls and stuff. So I would like to go back and play this with the setup that I have, and just to have that. I mean, when the bass hits, my stuff literally shakes in my house, and even just through the headphones. And we use pretty good monitor headphones here. Well, Quinn's got just his earbuds, but
it's still though that's
still like you still
like
get
were on our
they're right there.
Yeah, like that scene where they were running towards the highway. You could hear it's so crazy. Like you could hear that they're behind you.
Yeah,
and you
can almost pinpoint where they are. You almost want to look.
It's so. I mean, big shout out to sound design. I mean, obviously that gets overlooked in a lot of games and movies and stuff. But the sound design on this was incredible. But this was a lot of fun. It's cool seeing how some of the scenes are the same, some are different, some seem like they're like shot for shot, line for line, which I think is cool. And I'm sure when they were writing this out, they're like, look, we're going to have some differences here and there. But some of the stuff that goes into the TV show should be shot for shot, line for line. So the people who did play the video game can just be like, oh, that's exactly how it was. So this was cool.
Yeah, whoops, lost my pen. That's all right. I don't need it. No, what I would like to do is, I think for each time we kind of stop, I'd like to ask you guys, and you guys out there as well, do you prefer the video game version or do you prefer the TV version? Because for this opening part, I think I prefer the TV version, if nothing else for the airplane crash into the car, them going through the field, and obviously Pedro's acting was incredible. So for me, I think I prefer the TV version, at least from sitting back and watching from an entertainment standpoint.
For me, these are two different mediums, so it's hard to say which one I would go with. As you guys just saw here, like the game medium versus TV medium, there was, like you guys were just saying, shot for shot. But then the TV gave us and this cast and crew an opportunity to enhance more, which I feel like the TV show did in certain areas, which I'm sure you guys are going to see when we cruise through some of this, that TV enhanced the game story a little bit more with some of the things they were able to do that maybe Neil and crew just didn't think of at the time for this, or however that scenario plays out. But for me, it's hard to say because the gameplay, like you were saying, you're so interactive with it. You are in it versus TV. You're feeling it. So I can't pick.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
That's cop-out, but I can't pick.
No, because I don't think you can really even compare the two experiences. Just for like, you were talking like you're walking through the city, you're looking, you're picking stuff up, you're putting it down. I don't know, maybe they have options for do you want the shotgun or the rifle or the revolver? And so when you're watching the TV show, it's just playing out in front of you. It's 59 minutes, whatever, each episode. When you're playing the game, you could take it slow, you could walk, you could turn, you walk down this alley. You're very much in control. It's a very immersive experience. It's a video game. You're controlling everything outside of the cinematic scenes. Whereas with the TV show, you just sit back and watch. You have no involvement.
But I guess in terms of the things that they changed.
Oh, the things that they changed.
Like
I guess
different.
the Tess seems pretty hardcore in the game.
Yeah.
I feel like they softened her up a little bit. Where, I think honestly, I think this game has been so cool so far. I think had they adapted the TV show like shot for shot, I think it would have been cool. What this really makes me want to do, and not that I didn't before, but this really makes me want to watch like all the talk with the directors and all of the.
We stayed away from all that.
We stayed away from all of that. We just finished the last episode not very long ago, and we haven't really had time to go and listen to, hey, the director tells us why they shot this way and why they did that.
Yeah. So to your point on that, during the Bill and Frank episode, that's the one I immediately went to because remember I wanted to get a better understanding of why they wrote off Bill. And it's always either Craig or Neil or both. So you're getting a writer in every single one of those podcasts, which are on HBO.
They're telling you.
HBO, they have them on YouTube. So if you guys, I would highly recommend it because it is, they give you a lot of detail of what they were thinking versus in the game and what they presented to us on TV. So definitely recommend.
Which I think is important. When you take any sort of source material and turn it into a movie, people are going to have questions. Why did you do it this way? Now, some things are going to be blatantly obvious. Look, there wasn't the technology to shoot it right. It was, I've talked about the Potter movies. There's so much inner monologue and stuff that the only way to get that sort of feeling across the screen would be have somebody narrate what's happening, which you're not going to do in that sort of movie. But I think it's a real treat for the fans to be able to have the directors and the writers give insight as to why they did things the way they did, and that's absolutely something that I'm going to want to take a look at when we're done with, going over the gameplay.
So this is going to be one of the more. Episode 2 here was part of the iconic scene here.
Yep.
Watch your step as you're going out, because it's going to be a little.
Jeez. Oh, you see the dust falling off the board. Nice attention to detail. Oh, she looks pretty worried.
Was that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out.
Word for word.
Oh, man. Can't deny that view.
Can't deny the view.
Come on, this way.
Joel seems a little nicer in the game
pick it up.
than he did in the show.
Look, we're almost done. Stay focused.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in the game or in the TV show, they find the truck outside first and all that stuff.
No. No, no, no.
What happens now?
What are you doing, Tess?
Maybe they hit a map or something to tell us where they were going.
How far are we gonna take
As
this?
far as it needs to go. Where was this lab of theirs?
Oh, she never said. She only mentioned that it was someplace out west.
What are we doing here? This is not us.
What do you know about us? About me?
I know that you are smarter than this.
Really? Guess what? We're shitty people, Joel. It's been that way for a long time.
No, we are survivors.
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess! Now, we tried. Let's just go home.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my last stop.
What?
Our luck had to run out sooner or later.
You going on?
No, don't touch me.
Holy shit. She's infected.
Joel,
Let me see.
I didn't mean for this.
Show it to me. Oh, Christ.
Oops, right?
It was the ankle in the TV show.
No, it was up
Was
there.
Give me your arm.
No, TV show was up there.
This was 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right.
I was bitten an hour ago, and it's already worse. This is fucking real, Joel. You've got to get this girl to Tommy's. He used to run with this crew. He'll know where to go.
No. That was your crusade. I am not doing that.
Yes, you are. Look, there's enough here that you have to feel some sort of obligation to me, so you get her to Tommy's.
Oh,
They're
that's
here.
different.
I can buy you some time, but you have to run.
You want us to just leave you here?
Yes.
There's no way that...
I will not turn into one of those things. Come on. Make this easy for me.
I can find...
No, just go! Just fucking go.
Ellie,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this.
get a move on.
Oh, way different.
Oh,
Well, not way different, but
yeah, I mean, you had Fedra soldiers versus clickers. Yeah, no barrels of gas, no big old boom.
nope.
All right, guys. So that was what we consider episode 2, I guess.
Real
and-
quick hits. We may miss some
Yeah.
stuff, but we're just trying to make this, just kind of get to.
Yeah, kind of condense it. Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, the biggest difference was the way that Tess went out in the TV show versus here. I thought the way it was done on the TV show was absolutely brilliant. We saw soldiers instead of clickers, and there wasn't all the gas and the lighter, and that whole thing was so well done. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, that was, for me, that was the kind of the big thing that I miss, I guess, in the video game.
Yeah, I think I think if you're somebody who was really passionate about the video game, you would have been completely okay with the differences that they had in the TV show. That moment where she was mouth to mouth with the clicker and you saw the cordyceps coming out. I mean, that was such an intense shot. She had to keep her cool and everything. I mean, that was so, I mean, as far as like just really impactful scenes of the entire, 9-episode series, I think Tess's going out was one of the most impactful. I mean, it was one of the most visually like creeping you out. I mean, because we saw a handful of scenes where we saw the cordyceps going, from one mouth to the next. Yeah. But the fact that she was essentially conscious that it was happening
to do the lighter,
to get the lighter going, and of course it wasn't going at first. And so I think that for as good as the video game has been, what we've seen so far, I think the addition of something more dramatic for the TV show, I think, was important. And that's one of those things where you can sit back and watch this and be like, okay, it wasn't exact to the source material, but the writers got it right.
Yeah, and I can see the other big thing being the masks. The fact that Joel in here wears a mask, to filter out the spores and everything. And they obviously didn't do that in the TV show. I think if nothing else, for just pure simplicity. I mean, look, you want to show your actors.
Neil and Craig kind of did give an explanation on it.
Yeah, what was it? Because to me, that changes everything completely. If you also have to worry about this this being some sort of airborne. I mean, that changes everything. Every environment you go into, you'd have to have that. And then, of course, when we talk about how realistic they were with the limitation of supplies and things like that, how many functional gas masks are there? Look, as an N95 or what's going to work, as a surgical mask going to work. And I feel like it could have created complications, but man, it seems like a big detail to leave out.
So in fairness, though, Craig and Neil are quoted saying that they're not ruling it out for future seasons.
Okay.
Just, I can't remember their full outright quote, but essentially they wanted to keep it more centric around storytelling around the characters. And a little bit more, as you could tell, because they had less clickers, less infected in this compared to the game, right? So they wanted to push.
And Mason Quinn does bring up a good point. Like, you'd think in the interest of safety, you'd be having those gas masks on all the time, and at some point, it's like, okay, we want to see the faces of the actors, and where wouldn't you wear one? Every scene, when they were, going through the buildings, when they were underground in the subway and the TV show, you'd literally have one on
nonstop
everywhere. You're going into the old house, everywhere you go, every person you went around that you didn't know wasn't infected, you'd want to have one on. So I think in the interest of being able to see the actors, the emotion and everything, it was probably better that it was left out. And I don't know how they would introduce it in future seasons. To be like, oh, by the way, now it's airborne. I know maybe it's evolving, things like that.
I trust them.
I trust them. It is an interesting point in the game, but when you're talking about actual acting and not just video games, I think it was a fair decision, at least as far as I'm concerned, to omit that from the TV show.
Tap that square. Tap square.
Drop your ass on your...
Oh, there's the noise.
That was close. Thanks for the heroics and all. Ellie. Hey, what are you... Joel?
Bill!
What are you doing?
Bill!
Turn
Turn around and get on your knees.
Just calm down a second.
Turn around. All right. Get on your knees. Don't test me. Just
Take it easy.
any bites. Oh. Anything sprouting?
Oh, God damn it, I'm clean!
Sprout.
I see so much as a threat. Ow! Stop! Son of a bitch!
You done?
Am I done? You come into my house, you set off all my traps, you damn near break my shooting arm. Who the fuck is this punk and what's she doing here?
I am none of your goddamn business, and we're here because you owe Joel some favors. And you can start by taking these off.
I owe Joel some favors. Is some kind of joke?
I'll cut to the chase. I need a car.
Well, it is a joke. Joel needs a car. Well, if I had one that works, which I sure as hell don't, what makes you think I'd just give it to you? Huh? Yeah, sure, Joel. Go ahead. Take my car. Take all my food, too, while you're at it.
By the looks of it, you could lose some of that food.
Listen to me, you little shit.
Fuck you, you handcuffed.
I need you to shut up. Right?
Just a firecracker in a video
Whatever
game.
favors you
too,
think
huh?
I owe you ain't worth that much.
Actually, Bill, they are.
Well, it don't matter because I don't have a car that works.
But there is one in this town.
Parts. There are parts in this town.
Meaning that you could fix one up.
All right. If I'm going to do this, there's some gear I'm going to need.
All right.
It's on the other side of town. Now you help me go gather it, and maybe I can put something together that runs. But after this, I owe you nothing.
That's fine. A couple of days from now, we'll probably be dead anyway.
Good. Follow me. Whole goddamn town's booby trapped. Best stay right on my ass.
Can't miss it.
Knock it off.
Well, here we are. You don't touch anything. And you close the door. Let's gear up.
What? I need a gun.
No, you don't.
Joel, I can handle myself.
No. Just stay here.
Fine. Just wait around for you two to get me killed.
Well, this goes on record as the worst fucking job you've ever taken.
Yeah, it's up there.
How in the hell is Tess okay with this suicide mission?
It's actually her idea.
Really? Well, the broad's not as smart as I thought she was. But, fuck her. Seriously, you gotta take that kid back to where you found her.
I can't just take her back.
Then send her packing, let her find her own way. Look, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. A partner. Somebody I had to look after. And in this world, that sort of shit's good for one thing. Getting you killed. So you know what I did? I wisened the fuck up. And I realized it's gotta be just me.
Bill, it ain't like that. It's
bullshit. It is just like that. Hey! What'd I say to you when we walked down the steps? What'd I say?
I'm just fixing your stupid pile.
Don't touch. God damn it. You keep babysitting long enough and eventually it's gonna blow up in
Bill,
your face.
Can we please just get on with it?
Here. Let's get on with it. Inside the house now.
So that worked out well. Okay, I'll go check out this side of the house.
Bill?
Somebody had the same idea. They stole my shit.
Well, then what the hell is plan B?
You ought to be thankful you're still drawing breath. That was plan A, B, C, all the way to fucking Z. And furthermore, tell Tess that she could take this job.
Don't you bring Tess into this.
Shove it right up nothing to do with...
Jesus.
Oh.
What, you know this guy or something?
Frank.
Who the hell's Frank?
Oh, wow.
He was my partner.
Oh, what?
He was the only idiot that would wear a shirt like that.
Oh, no.
He's got bites. Here. And
I reckon he didn't want to turn. So
yeah, I guess not. Well, fuck him.
Oh.
That's different.
It's significantly different.
Look what I found. It's got some juice in it.
Is that
That's
our,
my battery.
Blue and white S10?
Fucking asshole. Get out. Get out.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, except this one's got a little rust on
A little
it.
rust.
Battery's drained, but cells are alive.
Meaning?
Meaning, we push it, get it started, and the alternator will recharge the battery.
Yep, that's
Is that your
exactly what
guess?
they did.
Look, you wanted a plan B. This is as good as it gets.
What are you thinking?
Thinking you drive and we push.
All right, this'll do. Stop.
Just keep her running, all right?
That girl nearly got us killed.
You gotta admit, she did hold her own back there.
You ain't gonna make it. Here.
What's this?
You'd be amazed at how many cars still got gas in them.
Appreciate it. Look, Bill, about your buddy back there, that's a tough deal.
We square.
We're square.
And get the fuck out of my town.
So as you saw there, Bill said, "Get the fuck out of my town," and that was the last we see of
Last
Bill.
we see him.
But there is a letter. So right here, gentlemen, is the note Frank left Bill, but Bill never got it yet.
Yep. Whereas in the TV show, if I recall, Ellie was the one that found it, right?
See that?
Whoa. What a
Totally
drastic
different.
difference.
Yep.
I mean, that is... Okay, so what were you thinking when you watched the TV show?
Well, that's why in our review, and I know there was a handful of you that hammered me, but that's why I was like not confused with the decision that they went with having Bill and Frank do a happy ending is how they like to call it, right?
Yeah.
But the decision to write off Bill is what kind of got me. Like, what was the writers thinking?
Yeah.
Like, why did they want to write him off?
To just have to just have that introduction and then be gone.
I mean, this is. I mean, I thought the Tess part was huge. You know, they have to have her. They have to have Tess going out, so Joel and Ellie can move on without her.
Yeah.
And they do it different. But this is like a major difference in the story because then, of course, in episode 3 they wrote. What I'm convinced is like one of the most epic love stories like in cinematic or TV
and it's
history.
A great episode.
And I thought they did a phenomenal job with it. And for as much as I loved episode 3, and I think everybody who watched it loved episode 3, this changes things dramatically. And the only, you know what, and I'm sure the writers had a good, a good explanation as to why
they did in their podcast.
And I think without,
I always want to give characters depth.
And I think like give characters depth and just show that within all the bad that happens, you know, you can still find good with the right person. And I thought it was a very inspiring episode and great. I'm still glad, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still glad they did episode 3 the way they did. It's just surprising to me that they went with that significant of a shift.
Yeah. You know, episode 3 was a lot of fun as well when we got to see Bill kind of like get his prep on, so to speak. I mean, that was a lot of fun to see him go around town and see that.
Except shooting out in the middle of the street with no cover.
That didn't make much sense.
No cover.
Yeah, so that's as you guys saw, we didn't even get to see what Frank looked like here.
No.
So it was a bit. Episode 3, I thought they did a more justice for Bill and Frank.
Well, and that's the thing, right? You're telling a story in a TV show that you have to get people involved in and invested in. And I don't think that just showing people at the game here, as great as it is, I mean, you ain't going to hook them like you hooked them with episode 3 in the TV show.
No.
As you heard me say a couple times, I thought Game Bill was TV ready. So we saw in here he was way more of an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Here than he was presented as the TV character.
Well, when
they
were eating lunch and he had the pistol right there on the table pointed at Joel.
Pointed at him. Look, and I know you don't have to be a firearms person to understand that having a gun pointed at somebody is a bad thing. But when you really, really get into firearms, and most people that I am closer with that are firearms type people are very responsible about their firearms use. And to have a firearm pointed at you, empty, loaded, anything is a giant no. It's like literally
number one.
Don't point your firearm at something you don't intend on shooting. So sitting at a table with a firearm pointed at somebody, even unloaded, would make me feel very uncomfortable just from a courtesy and a principle standpoint, much less loaded. So that was if you were a firearms person watching that episode, that was a huge deal. And I think some people thought, oh, it's just a gun sitting on the table. No, that's why Joel said, like, you know, he brought up,
out of my face.
Don't point that fucking thing at me.
Yeah.
Even though it's just sitting on the table, because that is a massive sign of, I don't even want to say distrust, but disrespect for another person to do that. But we're going to talk a little bit about episode 3 after we finish this.
Yeah, I figure we'll take us right to where we're kind of all over, folks. I'll have somewhat of this edited better, but this is technically the end of 3 right here.
Okay. Yeah, seeing again with the masks and.
Hey, look, about Tess. I don't even know.
Here's how this thing's gonna play out. You don't bring up Tess. Ever. Matter of fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves. Secondly, don't tell anybody about your condition. They think you're crazy, they'll try to kill you. And lastly, you do what I say when I say it. We clear?
Sure.
Repeat it.
What you say goes.
Good. Now there's a town a few miles north of here. There's a fella there that owes me some favors. Good chance he could get us a car.
So this is basically the start of episode 4 right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this was, I remember this was the episode, Oak, where we're like, oh, they got a truck loaded with supplies. They'll have that for about 10 minutes before they lose it.
Yep.
Hey, what
That's how
happened
it
to
always
sleeping?
goes.
Okay, I know it doesn't look like it, but this here is not a bad read. Only one problem. Right there. To be continued. I hate cliffhangers.
Did you get that?
Back at Bill's. I mean, all this stuff was just lying there.
What else did you get?
Well, here. This make you all nostalgic?
You know, that is actually before my time. That is winter, though.
Almost verbatim again.
Yeah.
Well, better than nothing. Oh, I'm sure your friend will be missing this tonight. It's light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Oh, why are these all stuck together? I'm just fucking with you. Bye-bye, dude.
Pittsburgh, 76 West.
So yeah, and obviously in the TV show, they went to Kansas.
Yeah.
You know what? This isn't that bad.
Why don't you try to get some sleep? Right?
I'm not even tired.
Oh,
Now, perfect.
yeah, we all didn't like this.
Oh, what?
Is it wrong in a video game? It's gonna make me on.
It's contagious. Don't make rash decisions, Joel.
Yeah, look how that's all blocked.
Yeah, like it's...
Oh, are we waiting for the brick to come out of the window? Or the cinder block?
Easy. Holy shit. Are we gonna help him?
Put your seatbelt on, Ellie.
What about the guy?
He ain't even hurt.
Yeah, he knew it. Oh. Oh, bus?
Wow,
That was pretty
tense.
damn close to the TV show.
And this is the same song too that they had in the TV show.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Then get out, quick.
Come here, shit. Follow me, you chicken shit.
Yeah, this is definitely different than the.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, that was close.
Tapping the shit out of Square right now.
Oh,
got him.
Show you.
oh, oh.
Motherfucker. What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Oh. Oh, smashing that square button.
Just go nuts on the square.
Better hope it works.
They'll fire underwater.
A little different from the TV show, huh?
Yeah, much different.
Shut the hell out of that guy, huh?
Shut the hell up.
Sure did.
I feel sick.
You just hang back like I told you to.
She had to save your ass.
Well, you're glad I didn't, right?
I'm glad I didn't get my head blown off by a goddamn kid.
You know what? No. How about, hey, Ellie, I know it wasn't easy, but it was either him or me. Thanks for saving my ass. You got anything like that for me, Joel?
We gotta get going.
Lead the way.
Well, she puts up a lot of his shit, too.
Yeah.
So, all right, in a quick little condensed version, that was basically episode 4.
Yeah, I mean, and episode 4 in the TV show was super intense. We said it from the start that they got a truck full of supplies and everything. Well, that's not going to last. And obviously in this show, it didn't. The fight scene was a little bit different, obviously really intense on the TV show. And again, you know, the differences that we've talked about are you're talking about a video game where you're playing versus a TV show you're watching. The folks at home watching a TV show aren't going to necessarily going to want to watch Pedro run around an old restaurant or something looking for dog tags and ammo and anything else. So, I mean, obviously you're going to have a difference with those two mediums, but you know, it's staying pretty dang true. I should say the TV show stayed pretty true to the video game. For me, it's obviously in reverse because of what I saw first. You guys get it. But yeah, I mean, it's very accurate. And man, this just going back and watching it makes me remember how much fun this show was, and definitely going to be a rewatch for me.
Yeah, you know, one of my biggest issues with the TV show when they said they were going to St. Louis, and I said, well, okay, if we're in Boston and the goal is to go to Wyoming, why would we be going down to St. Louis?
Yeah.
If you were headed through Pittsburgh, that makes more sense. I mean, anybody who's driven out east from, like I've driven out east from Wisconsin, and you basically go down to northern Illinois, cut across Indiana, Ohio, and right to Pittsburgh. I've driven to Pittsburgh, actually. And if you were going to come from Pittsburgh and go to Wyoming, it would be, you know, pretty much a straight shot west. And then once you got past Illinois, you'd be headed northwest a little bit. So I was really thrown off at St. Louis. I'm sure there's been explanations. At this point, I think we're past spoilers. Did you know why they said they went to St. Louis? Or
So there was a lot of comments in our reaction of them saying Craig and Neil, because they were shooting in Canada, they had nothing to show like Pittsburgh in Canada.
Yeah,
so they had
Pittsburgh
more.
is so unique.
Yeah, they had more location lookalikes for Kansas.
And that's it's funny you bring that up, because that was the thing that and I didn't read any of those comments, but that was the initial thing I thought. It's like, okay, if we go to St. Louis, of course there's the arch, but you know, unless you're by the arch, I mean, but
Like you can CGI that in.
if you've been to Pittsburgh is very much a city where there's there's big valleys. There's a lot of your old like steel type bridges. Some of the architecture in Pittsburgh, the bridges and things like that, roadways, the rivers. So the three rivers, yeah. So Pittsburgh is unique in its landscape and its architecture. I think more so than some of the cities. And I think the further east you go, the older everything is. Right, that's where stuff was settled, and so the further west you go, I think it probably would have been easier. So that does make sense that, hey, we're going into, St. Louis, because people weren't going to call out immediately. I do remember in the TV show they got
Kansas.
when they or Kansas, St. Louis. I know there's
same thing.
Kansas City, right?
Yep, Kansas City.
I'm saying St. Louis. Anyhow, Kansas City, Missouri, and then Kansas City. There's KC Mo and there's KC Kansas.
Yeah.
I go to for work usually twice a year. I'm down in KC Mo, and it's like it's KC Kansas versus KC Mo. But in any regard, I do remember people had a problem with when they were like, "Oh, we're 10 miles west of Boston," and they were like, "There ain't anything like that in Boston."
Yeah, when they were out in the in nature and he was stacking the rocks.
And I'm sure they kind of knew that. We're like, "Hey guys, this is where the story has to take place.
Just take the ride.
This is where we have the ability to shoot." And again, look, this show was incredible. So that's not even something I'm going to begin to nitpick with, because we understand that if they're going to follow the video game, if you're following a story, it has to take place in a certain area, and you can't always shoot there. That's just not how it works. So
yeah, and this team puts so much effort into set design and details. I hammered that home the entire time we were watching the TV show, so I think it'd be a disservice if they tried to do like some major CGI cheese to try to make someplace in Canada look like Pittsburgh. So I'm fine with it. I was really excited the further west they got. I love the American West, huge fan of it, so I just wanted to see more of that.
Has there been any, while we're on the subject, and I suppose now is as good a time as any, was there any bad criticism of the show that you guys saw?
Yeah, go look through our comments and some of the reactions. There was some people that were displeased.
Were they mad because it veered away from the source material with the
It's a mixed. The best way I can put it is mixed bag.
So here's
we're probably gonna have some people comment on here. This is why the game was so much better.
Here's my question. Among people who didn't play the video game, who only watched the TV show, I'm wondering what level of criticism that was given.
Who didn't play the game?
People who didn't play the game and they only watched the show. Because I certainly understand if I played the game, the letter thing with Bill and Frank, that's huge. That's huge. That is a massive deviation. So if I'm somebody who's hardcore to the game, even Pittsburgh to Kansas City, it's a huge deviation. But I'm talking people who just watched the TV show, weren't referencing the game at all. Were there people who watched the TV show who were like, I could take that didn't like the TV show? I didn't see any criticisms. Everybody that I saw was raving about it. I did see comments from people who were, hey, you veered pretty far off the source material. This should be, if you're going to make it the same title as the game, make it the same as the game.
Yeah.
So I did see some of that.
But, they got to remember that not everybody's, a gamer. And again, we said it 100 times. Some things simply don't translate video game to a television medium.
I just watched, it's funny you say that, because I just watched this morning, actually. I finally got around to it. They HBO put a 30-minute behind, or the making of Last of Us.
Putting out everything they can.
And Troy Baker in there, and this is all paraphrasing. So Troy, when he was given the news that they're bringing this to a TV adaptation, Troy admitted he was upset. He's like, why? The game's basically a masterpiece. And Neil told Troy that a lot of people aren't going to be picking up a remote in this story. And basically, telling him that this story is a great story that needs to be told. And Troy was like, this absolutely does. After he said it like that, this absolutely does.
When you put it that way, I think there's a lot of things. It's like, oh, don't ruin it by making it this, or don't ruin it by making it that. And I think, and obviously there's a different time frame of when the decision was made to, turn it into a game. But I think for real world delivery times, the Rings of Power, just talk about people being upset from the way they the way the original source material was adapted for screen versus this. I
don't see many Amazon vans with the Rings of Power logos on them anymore.
No, and
anyhow, we'll deviate.
We can get into that more, but I just wanted to bring up the point that I think that the TV show was done, even though it deviates from the video game, the TV show was done in such a fashion where if you were somebody who hadn't played the game at all and had no gripes based off of it didn't follow the source material exactly, this show was like an A++.
I will say there was a few comments that I do slightly remember. I can't remember which episode, but there were some people who would label it, I haven't played the game, and I felt this episode was a little slow for me.
Yeah, I think
Or
I
there was
recall that.
some
Yeah.
nitpicks,
So some
it was-
filler
yeah, it was all
episodes.
gamers hating.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was your usual
not.
complaints of, hey, this is supposed to be a zombie show. Where are the zombies? Where's the action? You're always going to have that.
You know what? Now that you say that, I did see some people comment on, hey, look, once they got outside of the original QZ and, got past the where we were introduced to Mr. Bloater Man, once they got past that, it was basically a non-issue.
Yeah, and those are fair criticisms from people who play the game and people who haven't, because there's probably some coming in with an expectation of someone telling them, hey, this zombie show, even though it's not zombies. Well, it depends on how you like to label your stuff here, but you're being told this is zombies, so they're having an expectation, we're going to see a lot of that stuff. But then you come in, there's probably not a lot to a person's taste.
Yep.
But again, just it's all subjective with entertainment. So that's what's the beauty of it, whether you nitpick on something or you don't. So
yeah. All right. Well,
yeah. Henry and Sam.
So they fought it out in the video game. It wasn't the sneak up on them.
Oh, wow. That's definitely not the same way.
Leave him alone.
Easy, son.
And he can
Just
talk
take
in
it
this
easy.
one.
It's all right. They're not the bad guys. Lower the gun. Man, you hit hard.
I was trying to kill you.
Yeah, I thought you were one of them too. Then I saw you. If you haven't noticed, they don't keep kids around. Survival of the fittest.
You're bleeding.
It's nothing.
Even the details.
Henry.
Yeah.
Sam. I think I caught your name was Joel.
Ellie.
How many are with you?
They're all dead.
Hey, we don't know that. There were a bunch of us. Someone had the brilliant idea of entering the city, look for supplies. Those fuckers, they ambushed us, scattered us. Now it's all about getting out of this shithole.
We can help each other.
Ellie.
Safety in numbers and all that.
She's right. We could help each other. We got a hideout not too far from here. Be safer if we chat there.
All right, take us there.
Yeah, I'm cool.
That was me. I must have triggered some kind of safety gate or something. Henry, see if we can lift this.
So, this is awkward.
Yeah. I know. It's like every time.
What? Hey, this thing isn't budging, man. Just go. Get out of here. Sam, you stay close to him.
Henry, we gotta fucking move!
You keep him safe. Go!
Oh, man, they're right on him. Oh, look at those guys.
Yeah, this is a pretty significant difference as well.
Oh, that's right, when they're going through the neighborhood. Yeah.
Fucking sniper.
Yeah, and here's our sniper guy.
See where Kate's going?
Somewhere down the street.
I mean, in the TV show, it's at
I'll
night.
stay
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Before you start, I need you guys to keep him busy. I'm gonna go around and see if I can't get the angle on him.
Okay. Hey, be careful.
Yeah, Joel gets there.
So we don't
Clickers.
get the scene with the bloater coming out of the ground in
No.
the video game.
Oh, you know, that was
like
like
that.
such a iconic scene, I think, for
You're
the whole
okay.
series.
Still here. Anybody hurt?
No, we're good.
I think it's time we quit this place. Come on.
Let's go. Shut the hell up.
Dead serious. It's Tommy's birthday, and that's all he wanted to do is just rent 2 Harleys and drive cross country.
Oh, man. I could die happy if I could just ride one around the block. What was it like?
It was good. It was real good.
Good? Can you believe this guy? Come on, man, give me details. Describe it.
You know what? You two deserve a little privacy.
No, Ellie. This isn't just any regular motorcycle, okay? You get on that bad boy, you feel that engine? Nothing like it.
Oh, yeah? How would you know?
Seen it in my dreams.
Okay.
I don't think anyone from my group is gonna show up.
Yeah.
Worst part about it all, explaining it to Sam.
Well, it's safe to say those two have officially bonded. What are you doing?
Taking stock of all the food we found today.
I see. And how are we doing on canned peaches?
Did Henry send you?
No. Why would Henry send me?
To make sure I'm not fucking up somehow.
I'd say we all did pretty good back there. Especially you. Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
How is it that you're never scared?
Who says that I'm not?
What are you scared of?
Let's see. Scorpions are pretty creepy. Being by myself. I'm scared of ending up alone. What about you?
Those things out there. What if the people are still inside? What if they're trapped in there without any control of their body? Scared of that happening to me.
All valid questions.
Okay.
Very much.
First of all, we're a team now. Okay, we're gonna help each other out. And second, they might still look like people, but that person is not in there anymore.
Henry says that they've moved on. That they're with their families. Like in heaven. Do you think that's true?
I go back and forth. I mean, I'd like to believe it.
But you don't.
I guess not.
He's asking a lot of questions.
Oh. All the serious talk. I almost forgot. There.
Transformer.
He doesn't know about
Transformer.
it. You can't take it away.
Forgot all about that.
All right. I'm pooped.
It's not a transformer.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Holy shit, you guys.
Well, what is it?
It's a Voltron.
That's not Voltron. He wasn't made out of cats.
It's not a transformer.
Drop a comment, folks. Yep, there's the bite. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is different.
Damn. That smells good.
Morning.
Where's Sam?
Let him sleep in for once.
Oh.
Well, if you want him to join us, you can go wake his ass up.
Okay.
See.
Oh, no.
Sam?
Oh.
Sam!
The hell? Shit, he's turning! That's my fucking brother!
Screw it.
Shit.
Marlene, Ellie, are you all right?
Uh-huh. Oh my god.
Sam?
Oh no.
Sam?
Henry? Ellie, stay there. Henry,
What have you done?
I'm gonna get that gun from you, okay? Oh, okay, easy.
It's your fault.
This is nobody's fault, Henry.
It's all your fault.
Henry! Henry, no!
Oh.
And so
Now we have another little time jump. I mean, I assume it's fall of the season, not
the fall of the season. Yep.
the fall of some other city.
Well, yeah. So that was basically episode 5-ish.
Yeah.
Game purposes that we just did.
Yeah, and again, another super impactful scene when Oak and I saw it for the first time on the TV show, and it has the same. It hits you the same way, even seeing it in the video game. I mean, the massive amount of guilt that Henry feels as a brother for doing what he did in just a no-win situation, and the reveal that, obviously in the beginning, the reveal that Sam was bit. And this one was pretty incredible. And we can go back and forth as to whether or not he gave him a Transformer or a Voltron. You guys let us know.
What's that Transformer? No, another pretty significant deviation that the TV show took from the video game here. Of course, in the TV show, we saw a lot of development of the Fireflies and some of their inner workings, why they were so hell-bent on finding Henry and Sam.
Yeah, and how ruthless they were.
Incredibly ruthless, right. So a big difference with them getting split up and Joel having to spend some time and Ellie having to spend some time, and the trust that built. The sniper scene and that whole scene, I mean, from a visual standpoint, and I get again why they did it. Watching this now, I get why they did it for the TV show. Like, they wanted to have some sort of holy shit moment with the clickers. And then look, that bloater scene was one of the coolest. It was.
The truck falls in and it just keeps going.
I mean, that was
patient build.
Yeah,
that was wild. So pretty significant deviation as far as how this all played out, but it got us to the end very quickly. Now, again, we saw. I think one of the biggest things that we saw, and I believe it was this episode where we saw the things that Fedra was doing, and when Fedra fell, like how bad it got.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some. There was some really some of the most graphic television that I think I've seen in a very long time, and arguably some of the most graphic television ever made, as far as when they were showing the people, turning on the Fedra people. I mean, it was bad. I mean, we saw hangings. We don't need to get into it. You saw how bad it was. But then, of course, they chased them down. The guy who was doing the sniping radioed in for help, and we had that whole scene where, of course, Joel was sniping to help get not only, I believe, the clickers, but also some of the people that were chasing them off them. But again, kind of the same end result. Of course, in the show, we saw a little bit more interaction between Ellie and Sam. Sam.
Sam was younger, yeah.
Sam was younger.
Yeah, and he was
So Sam, So of course that. Yeah, thank you, Mason Quinn. He was deaf in the show, which I'm not sure why they made it deaf in the show. Maybe to make him feel a little bit more vulnerable. The brother had to take even more of a protective role because his younger brother couldn't hear, and of course the clickers and the noise they make, and with people coming, I don't know if it was to make the younger brother more vulnerable.
They do Craig, I believe. Well, Craig and Neil do a pretty good job of explaining the reason they did this with Sam in here on the podcast. I know some people dropped some comments in there, but I do recall a little bit of some of the verbiage that was thrown
kind of the long and short of it?
Neil eventually was like, "Oh my God, that was genius! That we made him that way in the show. Why didn't I think of that for the game?"
Yeah.
Essentially, it was to give us a little bit of a. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm just trying to do a real quick, paraphrase of it. Essentially, they just wanted to give it a difference of a character for disposition of the show.
Okay.
You know, versus talking, it's more complex and more intriguing if you have a character that's
it's
the fact
definitely
they can
more
sign instead of having to talk and make noise, which works perfectly in this world.
Yeah, it's definitely. I didn't even think of it from that angle. Yeah, if you were in a world where being quiet was paramount, of course you have symbols that we see with different military functions and things like that. But to be able to actually sign would be a pretty big advantage over people trying to find you. But of course, at the end, in the TV show, we saw Ellie cut her hand and try to, hoping that the blood would fix Sam. Yep. We saw them, wake up in the same room together. So, but the end was kind of the same. So another very impactful, like Mason Quinn said, it's interesting when you watch a video game, and the video game can be impactful, but I think you have to you watch it, you always kind of implant yourself in those situations, and regardless of whether it's fiction or whether it's a video game or a book or a movie, the situation itself is a sad situation, and so it's hard not to be impacted by it, at least in some fashion.
Don't even think about reaching for your weapon. Tell the girl to drop hers now.
I got something for you. Last year I went back to Texas, back home.
Oh.
Most of our stuff is long gone.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, Tommy went back home in the game.
I mean, that's not a short trip
It's a
from
little faded,
Wyoming
it still
to
looks
Texas.
pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's got to hurt.
Hadn't seen that
I'm
picture
good.
in 20 years. Oh, no, dude.
You sure? I mean,
I've said I'm good.
okay. I'll hold on to it for you.
Tommy, I need to talk to you privately.
Yeah, okay. Let me just check on my guys real quick. Come on.
It's quite the crew you got here.
Yeah, they're good men. This place gives them a second chance. Gives us all a second chance. So why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Well, go on then.
She's immune.
Immune to what?
I've seen her, I know, I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men. And nothing. Now, I wouldn't have believed it neither. But I can show you.
All right. I'll bite. Why bring her here?
I'm supposed to deliver to the Fireflies. The way I figure they're your boys. You finish the job, you collect the whole damn payment.
I haven't seen a Firefly in years.
You know where they are. Now, I'm not asking for much, Tommy. I just want some simple gear, enough to set me on my way.
What makes you think I'd do this for you?
This isn't for me, Tommy. This is for your damn cause.
My cause is my family now. You ain't talking about some walk in the park here.
Jesus, boy. Have Maria get some of your born-again friends to do it.
They got families, too.
Tommy, I need this.
You want some gear? Sure. But I ain't taking that girl off your hands.
This is how you gonna repay me, huh?
Repay you?
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care? That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it.
Bring you the cure from mankind, and you want to play the pissy little brother.
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
Yeah.
That was almost kind of Rick Grimes like, wasn't it?
Oh, so they're gonna fight off bandits and shit.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Joel! Oh man, they were coming in from every direction, then Maria was like, we gotta run, and so we dove over these tables, and this huge guy blasted with a shotgun.
Slow down. Listen, hey, are you hurt?
No!
God damn it. I need to talk to you.
Absolutely not. You tell him to go find somebody else.
Maria, I can't have this hanging over my head.
Do you have any idea how many men we lost here today?
What's that all about?
Oh, they lost a bunch today too.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with me?
Talk about it later.
Did he tell you where the lab is?
We'll talk about it later.
Later. Right.
One fuck up and then I turn into one of those widows, okay?
I have to do this. I don't know what else to say.
Fine.
Maria.
Here we go.
You. If anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
Yes, ma'am.
She's thankful, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take that girl of yours to the Fireflies. You don't have to worry about it.
It's best this way.
You know, maybe some real good will come of this.
I need to talk to Ellie.
Ooh, let's see how this goes down.
Say again, I didn't hear you. Joel!
What is it?
That girl of yours. She took one of our horses and rode off.
Damn it. Which way?
Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys? Movies?
Oh, the diaries.
Yeah,
Deciding which shirt
this
goes
was
with which
good.
skirt. It's bizarre.
Get up. We're leaving. Come on.
And if I say no?
Do you even realize what your life means? Huh? Running off like that, putting yourself at risk? It's pretty goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want from me?
Admit that you wanted to get rid of me the whole time.
Tommy knows this area better than... Well, I'm sorry. I trust him better than I trust myself.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of? That I'm gonna end up like Sam? I can't get infected. I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
That's word for word from the show. Word for word.
Yeah.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad. And we are going our separate ways.
Get it together. We're not alone.
There are two walking in.
There's more inside already.
Different.
Yeah, they're just constantly under attack here.
Oh, okay. This is when they're at the
Smashing that square. Oh. 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 Oh, there it is.
Okay, so
Okay,
it happened significantly different.
Yeah. Way different. Oh, the old rebar. Right through the guts.
What do you want me to do? What?
I like how he's fading out like that.
He takes out two of them in the game. Well, and the guy he went over the edge with, right?
Yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah.
The blood dripping.
Yeah, you can hear it.
So yeah, guys, that was basically the end of episode 6 right there.
Okay. Well, that was way different than it went down in the TV show. And I think, I don't remember if it was you, Diamond Dave, who said, or maybe some of the folks in the comments, but I thought maybe there were some thoughts that they changed it the way they did, because that was a very similar way that it kind of happened with Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead. He fell on the rebar like that, pretty much almost, you know, a very similar location in the body and everything. So I don't know if that was the case or if they just wanted to add a little something different with having the guy shank him with the stump of a bat, essentially. So definitely very different, but you know, they still had the emotional scene in the bedroom. And again, I know it's a video game, and I don't know if it's because I've seen the show already, but it still has that impact of Ellie being like, look, everybody I've ever loved or wanted to be around is either left me or dead. And now he's trying to do it to Ellie as well. So that was a really, really cool scene to see. And I don't know if it was, you know, really Joel having self-doubts about his abilities or him just wanting to get away before he started to get too attached.
Yeah, I mean, we missed the cabin out in the middle of the woods thing with the older couple. Graham Greene and our friend that used to be in Northern Exposure. That was a great comedic kind of, you know, experience. I think it showed that not everybody was, there's people who lived with the reality of what was going on, but not everybody was grizzled and, you know, and hateful. And I thought that was very refreshing. Of course, the nature and how they met up with Tommy. I mean, that scene with Ellie and the dog, like, if it sniffs you, she's going to tear you from limb to limb. Yep. Like, that was super high anxiety. You know, we didn't know right away, like, okay, maybe this is where they run into Tommy, and then they go into town and it's like, hey, Tommy, like, holy shit. So this was significantly different. Of course, in the TV show, we didn't see that town. I mean, I think they may have mentioned raiders and stuff like that, but we didn't, you know, see them being under attack. Of course, they talking about how many people they lost. The bedroom scene was almost, I mean, the way she was sitting in that daybed up against the window, reading the diary, the things they said, I mean, that was almost word for word. So I think that was very well done. And I think, you know, what it seems like watching the video game is it seems like some of the really heavy hitting scenes, really heavy hitting scenes, the Henry and Sam scene where he has to take out his brother and then he, you know, takes his own life. They kept that pretty close. So I think the really big things, you know, of course, Tess passing was different, but it feels like, you know, the intro where he loses his daughter. So it seems like the really, really significant scenes they've kept, for the most part, true to the video game, or rather they kept for the TV show. But this was interesting. Again, Joel fell, didn't get the baseball bat, took out multiple guys from their group, not just the one, and it wasn't Ellie who did it. You know, right. I mean, so some pretty significant differences here. So interested to see how the rest of them listen to me. Like, I'm interested to see how this game plays out. Like it's already done, and they did the TV show. Interested to see how. Well, and compares.
Especially the Raiders, right, coming to their place. Where, as in episode 6. It was just basically a safe haven for the most part, at least in that episode.
And that's what it felt like. And so, you know, I remember when we were into episode 6, I'm like, okay, do you even leave at this point? Like, you know,
seems pretty awesome.
Maybe let's just stay here. But
all night,
you know, they had a mission. So
absolutely.
All right, so now we're going to go right into episode 7, where it was all Ellie and Riley. This one, folks, we're going to do just the IGN. Instead of me just trying to fly through all the gaming ones, this is already going to be a heavy edit.
All right.
Fuck. I'll be back in a flash. Promise.
Oh, shoot.
Ow. Riley? Ow. I thought you were dead. You've been gone for 3 weeks. I haven't seen you, and I don't even know how long.
45 days. Well, 46, technically.
A lot longer than the game.
Open your eyes.
Sure.
Shit.
Look at the cars.
What? No way.
Yep.
What the heck? This is awesome. Oh, okay. Smile.
Oh, shit. What should we do? Okay. Bunny ears? Wait.
Closer, closer, closer. Just scary, okay. Okay, yeah. Get out.
Okay, sorry. I got you.
Okay. Here's the arcade.
Yeah.
I told you.
Riley,
Definitely much cleaner. Same Rogers. That's been nice.
this is
though.
the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh shit, it's a tight turn!
Use this to
So they
move.
kept the
There's your
noise
punch,
making.
There's your kick. You block with this. Oh, wait, how do I play? To mash the buttons. There's so many of them.
Finish him.
Do not finish me.
Yeah.
The screen turns dark. Angel Knives' blades begin to bleed. She pierces his torso again and again until his heart flies right out of his chest. Okay, that was pretty cool.
That was really
different.
weird. Yeah.
Check it out.
That was interesting.
What is that, like a wolf man or something?
Put it on.
He's masked. Oh, so they did.
Well, they
Okay.
did
I
the
supposed
wolf
to do
mask.
with this?
Yeah.
Put it on, stupid.
Oh, it's clown.
Yeah, samey same.
So stupid.
Got some Al Snow heads there in the background.
Come on.
Ah, the dad glass anxiety that we all
when
have.
they were dancing. I think nobody said any, like we didn't want to like be Debbie Downers. Oh, the glass!
I got you, baby. I got you, baby.
A fun like jazz version of "I've Got You, Babe" that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Too.
So they had him switched.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to run. I think Marlene's gonna go.
Wait.
Here, there was one. There was a couple in the game.
Yeah. Oh, fatality.
Nice.
Ellie, your arm.
Same spots.
The way I see it, we got two options. One, we take the easy way out. It's quick, painless. The way I see it, we got two options. Option one, you take the easy way out. It's quick and painless.
That was like line for line, word for word.
I'm not a fan of option one. No, I don't like option one. Option two. We just keep going. Two? We fight.
Fight for what? We're gonna turn into one of those things.
What are you talking about, Riley? It's over. It will be. But not yet.
Whether it's 2 minutes or 2 days.
Oh, they show
They
it
show
in
how
here.
how she drags him.
I don't want to give that up. My vote? Let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together.
It's 2 minutes. Or 2 days. We don't give that up. I don't want to give that up. We can just be all poetic and shit and lose our minds together.
What's option 3?
Sorry.
What's option 3? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So that was episode 7.
Yeah, they didn't really change much of anything on there. Just a couple of small details that they dropped in as far as how Ellie got Joel out of the situation that he was in. But yeah, for the most part, it was pretty much shot for shot. A couple of differences.
At least for the stuff they showed us.
Yeah, for the stuff they showed us. Obviously, there was more clickers in the mall than just the one that we saw on the show. And as I mentioned before, the three of us were incredibly nervous watching the girls dance on glass, just thinking that what if it breaks? You're going to get cut. So a bit of a dad moment there. But again, we talked about before with scenes that were so powerful and impactful, you really didn't need to change them. And I'm sure that's how the creators of the show felt.
Yeah, that whole episode was so powerful because, one of the things that it's easy to lose sight of is that kids who grew up in this, they hadn't seen malls and merry-go-rounds and arcades and all the things that adults took for granted as part of their upbringing. And it was such there was just this I don't know if innocence is the right word, because that the shit that they've seen, right? Like they've seen things that no teenagers should ever have to see. Look, they've seen enough to last 10 lifetimes. And but the little things that we never thought twice of, in our age. Look, we went to the arcade when we were young. Yeah. There was merry-go-rounds in malls, and it might not be the case anymore in a lot of malls, but it was a very powerful episode. And as Mason Quinn had said, there wasn't really much that needed changing. Again, in the video game, I will critique the show a little bit. It would have been very easy to show her. I mean, they implied it, I believe, in the next episode, but it would have been very easy to show at some point her saddling up on the horse and having Joel on something. Yeah. So in the next episode, you saw a path and then the tarp. So they made it. I mean, they made it clear that she, hauled him with the horse. There was no way she was pulling it themselves. But I think just in the interest of here's what actually happened.
If you were wondering,
I would have liked that shot to have been in the show, but otherwise, again, just a phenomenal job.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'll make this quicker. It's funny you mentioned that because I've had those same critiques with The Walking Dead with the way they do some of their shots. It's well, you couldn't take the 4 seconds to show us this, it's 4 seconds, 2 seconds. Just show me 2 seconds. Little things like that. But I understand where you're
my only counter to that is they gave us enough in the next one. There's a tarp, you see a trail, and I think maybe they wanted people to be like, oh, that's how. Mm-hmm. So you have that aha moment. Sometimes the best stories.
Wasn't the horse taken out though from the guys? Didn't Ellie fall off the horse and the guys
That came later.
86?
Remember that came
you're
later
right, sorry.
when they were searching.
travel
okay.
of
Gotcha.
how
Yep.
they got to the house.
No, that's
So
that's my
sometimes
bad.
I think that's what they do. Like, hey, let's not spoon feed this to them. Let's imply how it was done in the next one, so you have that. Oh, that's how they did it. But I liked the shot in the video game where they show her on the horse. It's a very stoic shot. Like, she's on the horse by herself, doing this by herself. I think that was a powerful shot. I would have liked or a powerful animation. It's always funny. We see it's still even when we've done our other animated movies. Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
know what we mean.
You get
But
it.
I would have liked to have seen that. Otherwise, I love the way they kept very true to the video game and the story, at least for the really powerful moments.
Yeah, and if anybody can drop a comment there to kind of let me know what was going on in the video game where Ellie's playing the Mortal Kombat type game. She like had her eyes closed there and was visualizing the sequences. I don't know if maybe that was something you do as a player where it's a little bit different, but if anybody's got a comment on that, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, let us know.
Who's there? Come out!
I'm just gonna...
Hello? We just want to talk.
Oh,
Any sudden moves and I put one right between your eyes. Ditto for Buddy Boy over there.
Buddy boy.
What do you want?
Name's David.
They got it flipped with
Here's
the
my friend
beard and the
James.
clean shaven, though, here.
But from a larger group. Women, children. They're all very, very hungry.
So am I. Women and children, all very hungry too.
Well, maybe we could trade you for some of that meat there. What do you need? Weapons? Ammo? Clothes?
Medicine! Do you have any antibiotics?
We do. Back at the camp. Welcome to follow us
I'm
back.
not following you anywhere. Buddy Boy can go get it. He comes back with what I need. The deer is all yours. Anyone else shows up...
You put one right between my eyes.
That's right.
Oh, in this show, they say they were going to split it after.
No, he
Bottles
said...
of the penicillin in a syringe.
Oh, yeah, you mean the deer.
Make it fast.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, what I thought in the show, she said you get the medicine, we'll split the deer.
Split the deer,
Yeah,
yep.
and here she said you can have the
I'll
whole
take that
thing.
rifle.
Of course.
And then also in the show, she didn't have the bow, she had a rifle.
Back
so-
up.
Yeah.
A little bit of a Daryl Dixon in this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Until
Good move to check and see if it's actually loaded.
It's probably gonna be a while. You, mind if we take some shelter from the cold?
Bring him with us.
look at that's a sizable rack.
That's pretty impressive.
There. You know, you really shouldn't be out here all on your own.
I don't like company.
I see. What's your name?
Why?
Look, I understand it's not easy to trust a couple of strangers. Whoever's heard, you clearly care about them. Sure, it's gonna be just fine.
We'll see.
Oh, I
That's,
forgot about that.
That's different. Whoa! Look at that. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
You had another gun?
The whole time.
Sorry. Really like my rifle back now.
No, you have your pistol.
But
You know how to use that thing.
there.
I've had some practice.
That's right.
Oh, well, that's a massive difference.
Yeah.
He had a different gun.
Well, you handled yourself pretty nice back there. Whew. I'd say we make a pretty good team.
We got lucky.
Lucky? No. No such thing as luck. Now, you see, I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Oh boy.
Here's that talk.
I do. And I can prove it to you. Now, this winter, that's been especially cruel. A few weeks back, I sent a group of men out a nearby town to look for food. Only a few came back. They said that the others had been slaughtered by a crazy man. And get this, he's a crazy man traveling with a little girl.
Yeah, this was a holy shit movie.
Yeah.
Or scene in the
Everything
TV
happens
shows.
for a reason. Don't get upset. It's not your fault. I'm just a kid. James, lower the gun.
No way, David. I'm not gonna let her
lower the gun. Now give her the medicine.
Bad.
Ellis won't be happy about this.
Yeah, well, that's not your concern.
Move the fuck out of the way.
Won't survive long out there. I can protect you.
No thanks. Let's get out of here.
Oh, she got a rabbit.
In the TV episode, they didn't show she was out on the horse, did they? Because we were asking, like,
They were just running.
Yeah, she's like, well, how is she going to get the deer back? Well, we could have dragged it back with a horse. That's a pretty significant detail they left out of it.
Yeah. Putting your horse in the garage. Can anybody else see the humor in that? It's going to park you here.
I didn't
Joel?
think of it until now when he said something.
I only managed to get a little bit of food. But I did get this. Move your arm.
Looks like it was more middle abdomen in the video game.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sorry. Hold on. That's it. You're gonna make it.
I mean, talk about just perfect timing for all that for Joel here.
Yeah. I mean,
so he was pretty much going to be
he
a
was
goner.
going to be a goner. Well, everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
Diamond Dave.
It does.
Fuck. They tracked me.
Yep, in the snow, like we talked about.
I'm gonna draw them away from here.
This scene was great in the show.
Damn, mother effers.
Okay, in the show, she put the block, tried to block where he was at.
Is that a snowmobile back there? Sure enough.
God, I will say, even here in the game, that the music, the tension a little bit.
Yeah.
Down the fucking street. She's here.
Oh, that's different. Oh!
Shoot her! But David said, no! Shoot her
now! Oh!
David.
What do they want from us?
a big
lot of them.
A lot of them there too in the game. Holy shit!
Get your ass off that damn.
Oh, the horse took one.
What do they want?
She's heading off.
Jesus, they got a lot of people in the game.
Come get me, you motherfuckers!
There it is.
God, they're everywhere in here. Oh, so she fell off like a little bit of a
That
hill
was
there.
pretty brutal.
Oh man. No.
Oh, that's where David gets her.
Yeah.
Keeping you alive here.
The old sleeper.
Yep. Nighty night.
Okay.
Ah, what a difference from
Yeah. Oh, he's cooking.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a lot more clear that they're cannibals
Yeah.
in the video or game. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's not even, they didn't
Not
hide
even
that
a
at
question.
all. I mean, they still show it in the, they still make it very clear in the TV show,
they
but
do.
now,
But
like,
this is like way more in your face.
yeah, like
Not that
she's,
the other one wasn't. They panned on the ear.
yeah, she's
But-
watching
How are you
them.
feeling?
Super.
Here. You should eat.
Ooh.
I know you're
No thanks,
hungry.
bruh.
Been out for quite some time.
I'll pass on
What
your
is it?
people stew.
Yeah.
It's deer.
The people's stew.
With some human helping on the side?
No. No, I promise. It's just the deer meat.
You're a fucking animal.
It's awfully quick to judgment. Considering you and your friend killed how many men?
They didn't give us a choice.
And you think we have a choice? Is that it? You kill to survive. And so do we. We have to take care of our own, by any means necessary.
So now what? You gonna chop me up into tiny pieces?
I'd rather
Straight from the show. Well, show.
Please tell me your name.
You're so full of shit.
On the contrary, I've been quite honest with you. Now I think it's your turn. It's the only way I'm going to be able to convince the others
Convince them of what?
that you can come around. You have heart. You're loyal. And you're special.
Oh, the creepy hand touch. Oh.
Oh!
You stupid little girl.
Oh, exact words.
You are making it very difficult to keep you alive. What am I supposed to tell the others now?
Ellie,
What?
tell them that Ellie is the little girl that broke your fucking finger.
How did you put it? Tiny pieces.
Word for word.
Yep, it
Love
is.
See you in the morning, Ellie.
Well, they just. Ugh.
Yeah.
Slow down there, Joel.
Yeah, no kidding. You're half frozen.
This is so. At this point, this was all like
Ellie.
The gameplay paused and all this stuff was going on. This is a pretty awesome cinematic scene for a video game.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh, you get to go on.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at his health meter. It's only
Yeah, it's a little low.
Oh, God, that call.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah. Oh, no, nut shot. Oh. Got him good.
Right in the face.
Let me go. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What the fuck?
I like
You
how they
wait
have
here.
him selling it in here.
Yeah, I was thinking.
You wait here, he said. Oh, boy.
That pipe laying there, I think I'd be using that instead of my fist.
The girl. Is she alive?
What girl? I don't know no girl.
Oh! Just
right
like
here,
the
right here.
TV show.
I'll pop your goddamn knee off.
Yeah.
Oh, word for word.
She's alive. She's David's newest pet.
Ooh, that's different.
Yeah. Oh, twisting it.
The town. The town.
Now you're gonna mark it on the map. And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to. Mark it.
It's right there. You can verify it. Go ask him. Go on. I tell you, I ain't lying. I ain't.
Oh. It's a little different.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
man. I told you what you wanted. I ain't telling you shit.
That's all right. I believe it.
No, wait.
Oh. So that was
Pretty. It was word for word there too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh, he's yeah. I forgot he was biting her.
yeah.
I warned you.
I'm infected! I'm infected!
Really?
So are you. Right there. Roll up my sleeve. Look at it!
Tainted meat.
I'll play along.
Tainted meat. Can't go back, Bob.
What'd you say? Everything happens for a reason, right?
What the hell is that? She would have turned by now. It can't be real. Looks pretty fucking real to me.
Yeah, word for word.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hole.
Oh, that's actually a deer at least.
Yeah, that's deer. Okay, you get to play as Ellie.
So she's outside in this, though.
What's wrong with these people?
Okay, but she goes back in.
Oh, that's where they do all that
Cooking it up, doing a little barbecuing.
It was wild in the show, like this place was on fire and he just like didn't care.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's different. Yep, that's how it starts.
How did you do it?
Well, that's
All right.
unique. I see, like some of the stuff I kind of forgot.
Nowhere to go. Want out. I know you're not infected. No one that's infected fights this hard to stay alive.
I gotta get those keys.
Jeez, he's a terrible shot.
Good kid. It's gonna be all right.
Unless he wanted to miss.
Ooh.
That's a big
That's a
Hell, you
big
keep
knife to be pulling
surprising
out of your
me.
back.
You still got that going.
There you are, Ellie.
I suppose when you're playing the game, you don't know what. Well, I suppose we don't know what's gonna come next. In the game, you just think you're gonna try to take him out.
Yeah, in the game, you know
Okay, so you get him in the game, and now it goes into cinematic mode.
All the clothes and the shoes on the rack there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Christ. I gotta find her. I gotta find her.
Yeah, that was almost shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Ellie.
See, that would have been kind of interesting to have,
see that
for Joel in the game.
Yeah.
To like, he just turns the corner and boom, he sees the smoke or fire. Again, still like the way the show did it.
Just in case you missed it.
Here comes a creepy part if they stay true.
Oh!
I knew you had heart. You know, it's okay to give up. Ain't no shame in it. Guess not. Just not your style, is it? You can try begging.
Fuck you.
You think you know me? Huh? Well, let me tell you something. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Ooh. Oh, okay. In the TV show, it was a little bit more implied.
It's me. It's me. It's me. Look.
Yeah, the TV show wasn't just... Okay.
Yeah, that was...
The baby girl.
Yeah. But he finds her in here and not outside.
Yeah, because in the TV show, he talks about the fighting and then goes for his belt, and it gets a lot...
Yeah.
I mean, it's traumatic either way, but it gets a lot creepier in the TV show. Which, it pulls any shred of sympathy you may have had for the guy. You lose that in the TV show when that's implied.
Yeah, and the big thing that I kind of took out of this was the characters looked a bit different in the video game versus the TV show, and this might be like a strange compliment to the actor who played David. He was way creepier in the TV show. I mean, they nailed that actor from a standpoint of guy who just gives you the creeps, and absolutely crushed it on the TV show. Now, the game here went into a lot more detail. We got to see some more stuff with Joel that we didn't see. There was a ton more guys in the town during the horse escape, or trying to lead him away from Joel. But yeah, man, I mean, you can see how you would really get into, the fight scene, obviously, at the end where you got to creep around. They purposely have the plates busted so you make noise when you walk over them. That was a nice touch. But yeah, definitely a very powerful scene in both the TV show and the video game. I thought the TV show hit a lot differently. Again, I thought the guy who played David was a heck of a lot creepier. There was some really evil things that were implied a lot more heavy in the TV show. So Ellie's definitely a lot more justified in what she did. I think I told Diamond Dave after we did the reaction to the TV show, I said, hey, I think I might have said something. I don't know if you want to edit it. I was like, get that mother sucker is kind of what I said. I'll keep it PG for this. Yeah. But no, definitely just a crazy, powerful scene as we were, sprinting to the finish of the first season. reason.
Given the language used in the actual show and the nature of the violence, I think we're okay using colorful language here. Some pretty significant differences. Of course, the number of people that come looking for Joel and Ellie. Obviously, in the TV show, it seems significantly more manageable. There's not a bunch of people trying to get her off the horse, but I mean, the basics of it. I mean, they got her off the horse by shooting the horse. Then Joel comes, and that was pretty close. Other than, in the movie, he drives the knife into the guy's, or in the TV show, into the guy's gut after he says, "I trust you." But a lot of things ended the same. It's interesting. So we did get the creepy hand on the hand thing in the prison cell, of course. So it was implied that dude was a little creepy. In the game as well. The body being right there out on the table, she immediately knew what was going on. But in the show, there was an ear, so it was implied without having to show that.
In here though, it wasn't right away.
Right.
Here it was immediate when she woke up.
Mason Quinn brings up a really good point. When I was watching episode 8, the guy who played David, when they were in the woods and when they were, he was creepy in the beginning when he was doing the preaching thing, right? But you're like, okay, it feels kind of cultish. And then he just had this very human, fatherly figure side to him when he was in the woods talking about, hey, we understand you're out here. Things happen for a reason. Then it got a little weird. And when he flipped to creepy, I mean, it was ultra creepy. So, I mean, shout out to that actor for his ability to, have you kind of be let your guard down, hey, we're out here. We have people that are, starving too. And then just to flip on the creep factor. Look, I know we dance around a lot of stuff. Look, in the interest of just being straightforward, not dancing around, assault of a different kind was implied in the TV show, and the things that he said, I like it when they fight. That's my favorite part. Look, bringing harm upon a child is one thing. That kind of assault is completely different. And how you look at him, even the hand on the whatever in the in the cage scene may have just been hey, I'm the priest, everything's okay. But the way they played out that final scene in the TV show, one, for the viewer, you had zero sympathy for this guy at all. You wanted the end result to be the end result. But I think the biggest thing is that it was just a completely different level of trauma for Ellie. And I think that's the different thing. Look, throughout this her entire life, people have been, killing other people, trying to take them out. It's not the first time she's had, somebody, try to hurt her. But this is, like I said, it's a completely different level of trauma for the person, potentially on the receiving end. But also it invokes a completely different response from the viewer. Had they been running around, picture them just running around the restaurant, and he's got, his pistol being oh, you took out our guys, whatever, and trying to take her out that. The feeling that invokes, hey, it's you're a jerk trying to take out a young child, versus what they did, totally different. So I thought the game was good. But man, they really hit you hard and kind of gave you the creepy crawlies, you need to go home and take a shower after watching the TV show. And then, of course, in the TV show, she was outside, kind of made her way outside and seemed a little bit more disoriented, versus in here, Joel kind of came in. But I would say for the most part, pretty parallel as far as the important parts from the game to the TV show.
The giraffe scene.
Which, by the way, that was a real giraffe they were feeding.
It looked very real. It did not feel like a CGI giraffe.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Zoo's got 5 or 6 of them. You can get pretty close to. They're amazing animals up close. That's exactly what she says. Yeah, and then it goes away.
Where's it off to? Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Hurry up, come on.
Cool, we got a flashlight and a dark stairwell.
Works every time.
Oh, man.
This was such a cool concept that in the middle of all this, there's just, a herd of giraffes.
Yeah.
Kind of Mother Nature taking over.
A herd? A gathering? A gaggle?
I think it's a herd.
A flock?
Being that they're mammals.
A pride?
Ups and downs.
Ungulates.
Can't deny the view, though.
Uh-oh, here comes the talk.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Go back to Tommy's. Just be done with this whole damn thing.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
Oh, this definitely was not included in the,
No.
Oh, that was pretty sweet.
Jeez.
And there it goes. Oh, look at the current.
Yeah, it's pulling him. He's running out of air pretty quick.
Time to surface up there,
he's
Joel.
running out of air.
Okay, does he have to do CPR to bring her back to life?
Smash that square button.
Okay, this changes things a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, in the show, they just
Hands
show
in the
up
air.
at the place.
She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Oh.
What a shot to the head.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about that. They didn't know who you were.
And Ellie?
She's all right. They brought her back. You came all this way. How'd you do it?
It was her. She fought like hell to get here.
I still think it's awesome that they had Marlene, who actually did the motion voice capture, actually be Marlene.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the same person?
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
That's wild. It's the same. I didn't know that. Figured you would have mentioned that.
You don't have to worry
Sure.
about her
Maybe I
anymore.
did.
We'll take care.
I worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell you mean surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where.
Stop. I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him.
Bad move.
Don't waste this gift, Joe.
Verbiage I kind of forgot about.
Get up. I said get up. Move.
Only one guy? You're only gonna have one guy
I
on
said
Joel?
move.
Here's a
Give me an
hint.
excuse.
If you're ever escorting somebody, stay out of arm's reach.
Which way?
That's how they can turn around and get you.
Oh, look at that.
There's his bag.
The fuck you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking. Where was the operating room? I ain't got time for this. Where? Top floor, the far end.
Oh.
Patient's cordyceps remain high in both serum and cerebrospinal fluid. Cultures taken from the patient rapidly grow cordyceps in the fungal media lab. However, white blood cell lines, include percentages and absolute counts, are completely normal. There is no elevation of pro-inflammatory cytokines. And MRI of the brain shows no evidence of fungal growth in the limbic regions, which would normally accompany the prodrome of aggression in the infected. To replicate this in the laboratory under conditions, we are about to hit a milestone in human history, equal to the discovery of penicillin. After years of wandering in circles, we're about to come home, make a difference and bring the human race back to control of its own destiny. So essentially, right there,
that says it would work.
It would work.
Yep. It's a 100% guarantee that it would work. Wow. You know, because in the TV show, they kind of, I don't want to say they left it open, but they left room for doubt.
There's no way to extricate the parasite without
taking out the host.
Eliminating the host. Yeah. Fancy way of saying we...
Yeah.
And now we're asking for my go ahead. The tests just keep getting harder and harder. Don't they? I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. And I just want to end this. So be it. See, like those two little nuggets.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant deal. That's basically saying it will work.
But in the same kind of, like, that right there, we already knew that.
Yeah, I mean, and granted, you're still doing it in a post-apocalyptic hospital with shady equipment and, you know, surgeons who haven't been professionally trained in 20-plus years. Oh,
Sweet Jesus.
This is it.
What are you doing in here? I won't let you take it.
Oh!
This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Oh.
He grabbed a scalpel.
Yep.
Jill's got a piece.
Shut the hell up.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
Oh, he keeps getting real close to those door frames with her head.
With her head, I was thinking the exact same thing. I didn't want to say like, right there.
Right there.
Donk.
Jeez.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it.
Look at how scarred up her arm is.
Yeah.
You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
God, what a cut.
Yeah.
So they don't show him.
Well, maybe they do in a flashback.
Well, remember, this is so far they're on beat with what they did in the TV show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they did
yeah,
cut back
'cause in
and
the TV
forth.
show, they did cut back.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither. They've actually... They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go! Please.
You just come after her.
Whoa.
Intense. Look at this, pretty cool scenery we got going on
Yeah,
here.
trying to ease things up. Yeah.
Well. Looks like we're walking.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there.
Sure.
And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So, she says, let's just wait it out. We can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Ooh.
Delivered with
Joel.
confidence.
She knows.
Okay?
Boom,
Oh,
gentlemen.
What a finish. And man, I tell you, Dave, you were right. Having those voice recorders in there pretty much changes the whole story to a great degree. I mean, look, if anybody was put in the situation where it was a child they were taking care of or their own child, obviously they're not going to sacrifice them for the rest of the world. I mean, you would have to be like the most Vulcan, logical Dr. Spock, zero emotion to be able to do that. But that's why it shouldn't be Joel's decision at all, because he makes what you can argue is the selfish choice. You know, he's doing it for him. I know this is like one of the most talked about decisions. A lot of you guys in the comments are saying, 10 years later, and it's still being debated as to whether or not Joel, did what he did. I mean, so you have what in the video game is telling us is pretty much a deadlock cure to get rid of this, and Joel makes the choice he does, and then lies to Ellie about it, and now I guess we'll see how things play out in part 2. But this was, very well done. Like I said, I wish they had the details in there about the recorders, but if they did, then it makes the decision that much simpler, whereas the way they did it in this show leaves it open-ended, leaves it open for discussion.
Keeps it more gray.
Yeah, amongst the fans, and I think it's that much more of just a complete mental maze that you're in, or just an unfathomable decision for anybody to have to make. So this whole thing was fantastic. I loved going through and seeing the gameplay, getting caught up, getting to kind of remember some great moments from the show. I thought this was a lot of fun.
I think regardless of whether they end the TV series the way they did or whether they include the information from the video game, you're still going to have a ton of debate. There's a morality debate. There's a debate about lying and things like that. However, I really think these audio recordings should have been in the TV show. I really do, because then it changes the debate from, because, one of the things Mason Quinn brought up in our thing is, we don't even know if this is going to work, And if you're somebody who says, I don't even know if this is going to work, so why risk it? That changes the whole debate. Look, there's still a heavy debate, even if you say, hey, this is a lock, but we have to sacrifice her life. Especially, here's the one thing that I don't really think about. If I recall correctly, Tommy's wife was expecting, was she not?
In the TV show.
In the TV show, she's expecting.
And now, unless we skipped over it here, we'll just say for sure.
So in the TV show, she's expecting, and you have a whole community that he's going back to. That, okay, what about your niece or nephew, or nieces or nephews, or possibly future generations, or even look, Joel's in this mid 40s or whatever, in this late 40s. There's no 50s, early 50s. Okay, there's no, who knows that he wouldn't have another kid. I mean, expectedly or unexpectedly, or somewhere in between. So when you say that there's a lock for a cure, that changes the debate significantly. Now, of course, at the end of the day, they didn't give Ellie the choice, right?
Right. There was no option.
That is what I think bothers me the most. Had they said, and I think look, they did this very purposefully. These are things that were overlooked by the writers, because this is what creates the debate. If you have, say to Ellie, hey, this is a one-way ticket, and she says, let's go. Well, she's the hero. She's the martyr, right?
Yeah.
You're sacrificing
she's
yourself.
the Bruce Willis
for everybody. She's I don't know if
it's looked over. I think it's very deliberate.
Right. But I'm saying, what's the movie 7 Pounds with Will Smith, where he.
I
haven't seen it.
All right. Well, for those of you who have,
use the Armageddon reference. Everybody's seen that movie.
Armageddon. Bruce Willis. He sacrifices his life for everybody. Pushes Ben Affleck back on the ship just at the last second, hits the button. What a beautiful, beautiful moment in cinematic history. But so I look, regardless of whether they included the audio recordings into the TV show, again, there would have still been huge debates. They could have included that. It just changes the nature of the debate. I prefer the debate with this information included. And if you are going to take source material like we've said about previous stuff, let's include the major things. And to me, these audio recordings were major things. Now, again, I'm sure the guys at HBO were like, yeah, we could throw this in there. Yeah, then it becomes this debate whether, one life versus the millions. And there's two debates, right? It's whether you make the sacrifice for the greater good or the one person. And then the second big debate is Ellie doesn't even get to make a choice. Yeah. So you have two debates there. You take these recordings out, then it's we don't even know if it would have worked. And then it's well, are you
yeah, that's what a lot of people in the comments were saying, that, given the age of the technology in the hospital, the fact that no doctors have been professionally trained for the last 20 plus years, that sort of thing, that was open to.
I mean, there's a multitude of questions. Okay, let's say you're able to, in that hospital setup that you have that barely has electricity, are you going to be able to create a vaccine? Where's the vaccine going to be produced? Which plant? Yeah, which drug company's plant? We got Pfizer, we got AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, got a plant up and running. We got ampules, we got vials, we got whatever. We're going to be able to produce this, mass produce this, and then we have cars and railway systems and helicopters.
How long does it last for outside the body?
How long does it last for outside of the body? Can it be transported without being refrigerated? Do we got refrigeration trucks? There's a million questions that can be asked. But like I said, I think this is information that should have been included in the TV show, but it creates for a even more intense debate if you don't. I'm guessing that's why the writers didn't. Look, it doesn't change there's a few things where I think man, I would have really liked to have this included in the show. And we've watched other programs. There's, I love all the Harry Potter movies. After going through the books, you're like, that might have been nice to include it in the book. The biggest thing the deleted scene from Potter where Petunia is saying, hey, look, you didn't just lose a mom, I lost a sister. It humanizes her, right? It changes, the whole ending of Potter is changed with a 30-second scene and they kept it out. Do I still love the movies?
Draco
getting the wand toss. I mean, these are things that take, very small portions of time. They're already filmed. You're just leaving it on the editing room floor. So for me, I still love the TV shows. I really wish there's a few things they would have added in that I think would have, I guess, kept it closer to the source material. But if you take away the source material, it's still a phenomenal show.
Yeah, because at the end of the video game here, that makes Joel a villain. I mean, it kind of, that's villainous.
Well, yes, and we're still going to disagree. We'll still disagree on this because they didn't give Ellie the choice. That, to me, is, look, if they said, Ellie, this is up to you, and she said, I'm willing to sacrifice my life for everybody else, and Joel's like, no, you're not.
No, I want to have a daughter.
Still goes through and says selfishly, because Joel could have easily said, hey, you're too young to make this decision. You don't understand the ramifications. Then you could even say, well, we tend to not let, kids under 18 make these massive life-altering decisions because, the brain development, they don't understand the ramifications. But in any regard, look, I know we don't rate TV shows. The video game, from what I've seen, 5 out of 5. The TV show, 5 out of 5. Two different pieces with different material, but both incredibly well done. So huge shout out to the people that created the game, everybody from HBO, the voice acting, the real acting. I mean, this is just the quality here is just mind blowing. And I gotta be honest, guys, I play my Call of Duty and Madden and stuff like that. The amount that went into this video game, I mean, this is before they knew they were going to turn it into a TV series. The amount of the quality that went into this video game itself is mind numbing. So this is such a refreshing project, even though it's obviously very heavy material and can be very depressing to watch. I mean, this is incredible. Whoa. Are you about to hit us with an alternate ending?
Yeah, Sorry, guys. I kind of forgot to pull this up here.
You kind of forgot that there's an alternate ending?
my bad on almost forgetting this. Let's put on the old headset here, gentlemen.
He almost forgot. The alternate ending.
Well, you triggered something in me when you were talking about that stuff there at the tail end. I'm like, oh my God, I almost forgot one of the biggest things.
Oh my God.
So, because you were giving praise because you got picked on in the comments for, you're underselling the motion capture. But Oak did not know that this was motion captured. So when you were giving praise and you didn't mention it, they triggered my head.
That's
I'm
right.
like,
Saying they're so much more than voice actors.
Yeah. So right here, folks, a handful of you actually sent this. So we're going to let the gentleman see this alternate ending here.
I would think so.
Originally, when we did the ending for The Last of Us, it was one long cinematic instead of you picking up Ellie and playing through it and running through the hospital. So that how it played out was Joel bursts into the operating room, sees Ellie there on the operating table with the 3 doctors surrounding her. He grabs one of them hostage, yells at the other 2 to get away from Ellie. Marlene walks into the room.
Get away from her!
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then
And then we see Joel shoots and kills the surgeon, shoots and kills the other 2 doctors, and shoots Marlene. And it was one of the most pivotal moments in the story, and we had to get it right, make sure the tone was right, all the characters and motivations were coming through. So we did multiple takes, more than we usually do for a scene. And Troy Baker, who played Joel, was really into it. Like a lot of times he burst into the operating room and he'd drop his gun.
God damn it.
And he'd be like, oh, sorry, and he'd kind of back out and we'd restart the scene. And over the course of the day of shooting it, that happened 2 or 3 times, that it became kind of a joke.
Can I pick it up? Sorry. Keep rolling.
But after 7 takes, we got it. We had a really solid performance, so we felt like we could ship the game with that. But I felt like, okay, let's do one more, just to kind of end our day. So I took Merle Dandridge aside. Merle Dandridge is the actress that played Marlene. And I asked her, I gave her one line of direction, which will become obvious what I asked her to do once you see the scene. And I'm like, can you do this with the scene? She's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, all right, don't tell anyone, just keep that to yourself. And then I went over to Troy Baker and I said, hey, listen, we don't have it yet. We're getting close, but it needs to be more intense. It needs more energy. He's like, okay, I got it. And I'm like, you know what? And be careful with the gun. He's like, yeah, I know, I won't drop it. I'm like, well, but even if you do, play the scene out. Don't start it from the beginning. He's like, yeah, Neil, I know, but I won't drop it. I'm like, yeah, but if you do, play it through. He's like, I got it, Neil. I'm like, you know what? No matter what happens in the scene, don't stop. Play it all the way through. He's like, Neil, I got it. I'm like, okay, all right. So then walked over to the side and yelled action, and you're about to see the results of that. But keep in mind, Troy Baker, nobody else except for Merle has any idea what's about to happen. Everything is improvised. Enjoy.
Parker.
Get away from her! Get away!
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, what then? What then? She'll be raped.
Look at everybody cracking up in the back.
Raped and murdered.
I'm so confused.
It's not for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. It's what she'd want. And you know, Joe. You know, Joe.
Am I feeling so much confusion? I got a man in my arms and a girl with a gun to my head. But there she is on the table. Is she alive? Is she
Look at her, Joe. Look at her. You can still do the right thing, Joe.
Die! Die!
Please.
Back, he's just cracking up.
Please, Joe.
You just come after. Come on, Ellie. We gotta go. Let's get you out of here. They're coming soon, and I will let you die. Your brain is worth more alive.
He's knocking stuff over. Oh, man. Oh, that is some improv there.
That is some big time.
I'm just shocked at how good the two of them could sing and perform like that.
Yeah.
So when we were watching this series, Diamond Dave was like, let's get this guy some more screen time. And I had made the comment, maybe Dave can drop it in here. I don't know how much editing he wants to do. I had made the comment like, look, this guy very much feels like he has real world acting experience. And again, thank you for I missed, look, there, as you guys know, we've had a ton of comments. So I didn't even really consider the making of the game was motion capture. I assumed it was, I should have known. Well, I hadn't seen the game at all, to be honest. So I hadn't seen the game. I knew it was 10 years old. Yeah. So I had thought maybe it was some kind of animation and not necessarily motion capture. So when you think animation, you think obviously people working on computers. Motion capture, obviously you have the actors in there. Yeah. They're doing that. But wow, like if the look on my face, I don't think was really like, wow, this is weird or whatever. I was just like, listen to this guy sing. Listen to her sing. I mean, look at these performances. And that was the one thing, you know, when as we were going through and Diamond Dave was like, oh, hey, look, this guy got a part, you know, part of me felt like maybe they were doing that because it was like, hey, you played such a big role in the video game.
We'll throw you a bone.
We'll throw you a bone and give you a part in the series. And now it feels like, okay, we have incredibly talented actors and actresses that were the motion, you know, the subjects for the motion capture. How can we work them into the show as well, you know, while still having our main characters? This was really fun to see, and just really solidifies my my thoughts that, you know, some of the people who were given roles, you know, that weren't who they were in the video game were very deserving of that, and, you know, hopefully they find their way into other bigger roles if they haven't already, you know, have had that opportunity. We just don't know about it because, you know, we didn't know their names really.
Yeah, I mean, I think oftentimes you forget just how talented even, you know, a lot of background actors are. There's a ton of talented actors out there who are fighting and scraping and clawing every day just to get roles, and they're incredibly talented. They can sing, they can dance, they can act, they can do a ton of stuff. But, you know, like so many musicians, like if you go walk up and down Nashville, you'll hear musicians who are every bit as good as anything you're hearing at the Grammys, but it's that opportunity, it's that chance, it's that break. And I just like to give a shout out to everybody who's an actor out there who's, you know, working hard, trying to get those roles, and, you know, keep your head up. It'll come for you.
I can't believe I almost forgot this. So thank you to all that sent that over. I can't wait to see the playback for these two guys' face.
I know what my face was.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist the first time when the first link came through, because I was like, "Oh, what's this that they're sending?" You know, and because sometimes it's just best for me to go through it before I send off to you guys when you guys are at the other studio or whatnot. But I was just like, "Wow, this is one awesome that Neil." You know, told him to do that. No one else knew. Seeing people pop in the background. They're both of them having the musical ability.
That's what got me.
Yeah, be able to carry a tune like that.
Yeah, I was just super impressed. And like Troy didn't know what she was going to do, and for Troy to still stay locked on and not break,
didn't miss a beat.
Just went with it, like Neil said,
what a
because
pro.
my dumb ass would be like, what
are you doing?
Hold on, I'll sing. Hold on. like doing some kind of doing some kind of pause. But overall, gameplay, the two different mediums that we have here, gameplay, when anyone says that this is top 5 of all time, I believe it. I didn't get to play yet. I know it's coming to PC here like real quick. I'm actually probably going to dive into that. The gameplay is phenomenal. The show's phenomenal. Yeah, would there be some nice, I wish they did those kind of things in there? Sure, would have been cool, but at the end of the day, episodes were still friggin' phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
To the main concerns that I see or main criticisms that I see where people wish they had more clickers or, infected kind of coming at the characters. Totally understandable because if you played the game or even if you didn't because you came in with, an expectation of whatever it might have been, I feel you on that. I hear you on that. But to me, it's not a game changer because the episodes were just phenomenal.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's
thank you to all involved. Thank you for all your hard work in the game, on the TV show. Gustavo, gosh, thank you for your brain on the musical that you provided for the game and the TV. Just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing to remember about that is that this is only the first season, guys. I'm sure due to the success of it, HBO is not going to be like, oh, well, I guess after two seasons, I guess after 2 seasons, we'll call it quits. Yeah. There's going to be a lot more to come. And again, I always stress this with any type of big project like this, and I'll make this quick, is that how easy would it have been for this to go completely wrong? How many times have they tried to do video games into movies and TV shows and it's a complete and absolute dud? The fact that this worked and came off as amazing as it did, that's what blows my mind. It completely blew apart the track record that video games have making the transition to movies and TV shows. I mean, probably the most successful one I can think of before this of any level would be like probably the Resident Evils, that truly had legs, and even those were kind of debatable as to how good they were, but completely amazing that this show was able to do what it did.
Real quick too, to add on to that, a buddy of mine sent me because on YouTube you can do like the quick clips of something, and I'm just started the last episode. I'm kind of bouncing around of all the podcasts that Craig and Neil do for HBO. He sent me just a clip where I think it was Craig. He's literally saying you'd have to be a fucking idiot to rewrite this ending from the game to not be on the show. So they're all over saying how they are staying very true and very faithful to everything about it. If they have an opportunity to enhance or do whatever, they did it. Phenomenal.
Yep, absolutely.
Video games, a 5 out of 5, absolute masterpiece. TV series, 5 out of 5, absolute masterpiece. That's my those are my final words.
Yep, same here.
Take us home, Quinn.
Sure, you're the same. All right, guys, this has been a long one, but a fun one. So for the Appleton Oak, that's Diamond Dave Damone. I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. It's the next day already. We're gonna get to it. We'll see you guys on the next one.